Wilkins. Jeff Wilkins, I think, will stride into the circle and will jump with Mark Eaton. They have battled each other in practice enough to know what the other will try to do, and we're just about ready to go as Nunez tosses the ball. It finally is batted off the chest of Hanson, picked up by Matthews. Spurs going basket to the left tonight. In the first half, is Matthews. Has it on the left-hand wing to the top of the key to Robertson. First shot of the night's on its way and good. Alvin Robertson gets San Antonio off lead as Utah again will try to run it back on every ensuing basket by the Spurs. Ricky Green, three-point line, down inside to Hanson off the baseline. Checked there by Wilkins. He let him go, and Hanson throws up the jumper. It won't stay. Rebound Matthews. West back the other way at midcourt for San Antonio. Alley-oop to Robertson. Puts it down, and San Antonio on a rob-a-lob go up 4-0. Into the forecourt, Green. Green on the left-hand side. Matthews right there with him. Again, Wilkins almost looked like a dwarf out there, along with Eaton at 6'10". Eaton at 7'4". Gets the ball at the top of the key to Dantley against Mitchell. Mitchell tries for a pass. He's double-teamed deep in the left-hand corner. They leave Green open, and he hits a 20-footer. 4-2. San Antonio by 2. They've elected to double-team on Dantley anytime he gets the ball, and Green stung him for it. Mitchell, right side to Robertson, up underneath the Greenwood against Malone on the baseline. Back out to Robertson. He puts up another 20-footer. It's no good. Wilkins off for the rebound. Turns into the lane, blocked away by Eaton. Comes off to Robertson. Robertson in traffic, puts it up and scores, and it's the Alvin Robertson show tonight. It's 6-2. San Antonio with the lead by 4. Ricky Green back quickly at the three-point line right side. Now circles it outside on the left wing. Keeps the dribble alive as Matthews gives him plenty of room. Eaton out of the... Illegal defense on San Antonio. The first warning of a zone called on San Antonio as that time Alvin Robertson was shading inside, trying to get an inside position either on Malone or Dantley, and got caught for the zone. Dantley gets the pass from Malone in the right corner, drives across the center lane, deals it back out to Green, into the corner to Hanson, dumps it down inside to Eaton. Eaton not a threat to shoot the ball. They get it away to Dantley, and he'll put up a three-point goal. It's on its way. No. Rebound comes off to Robertson. San Antonio leading 6-2 in the first quarter as Robertson pushes it ahead. Wilkins on the right side. He'll shoot over Eaton. First shot of the night is no good. Malone off for the rebound. He tried to feed it out to Green. Now finally does. Green on the run. Nobody's going to pick him up. Drives all the way, and he's fouled by Mitchell. No, they got a jump ball. Ronnie Nunn calls a jump ball as Mitchell really attacked him at the foul line. Got a lot of green, but apparently got a lot of ball in doing so as he comes down with a jump ball, and they'll jump it at the Utah free throw line. Jump ball. Green standing in at 6 feet. Mitchell at 6'7". Spurs getting deployed along the lane. Frank Layton along with Jerry Sloan talking to Ronnie Nunn. They're not totally enthralled with the call, and from our angle, I can see why. There was a little question on it. Shot as the tip is up. Mitchell gets it easy to Robertson, and here come the Spurs. 6-2, San Antonio by 4. Right side with the ball, Robertson. At the free throw line, Mitchell. His first shot of the night is hard off the back iron, rebounded by Greenwood. Greenwood circles to the foul line, down inside to Robertson on the baseline. Up underneath to Mitchell. Mitchell in traffic, over Eaton. Hook shot, good. Mitchell makes it 8-2. San Antonio's lead is at 6. Back the other way with the ball, Green. Green dribbles towards the left-hand wing, keeps that dribble ever present to the top of the key to Eaton. He's wide open, but they get it down inside of Hanson. Hanson put a fake on Robertson. Robertson took it, and Hanson lays it in easily. 8-4, Spurs by 4. Matthews back the other way, baseline left. He had an opening, drops it off to Greenwood. He takes it inside, his call for traveling. And San Antonio turns the basketball over as the Utah Jazz will get it back in the backcourt. 9:19 left to play. We're at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City. We'll be in Seattle on Sunday afternoon and Dallas on Tuesday. 3-game road swing for San Antonio, and it is important this time of the year. Top of the key, Malone. Now they've got a whistle and a block, and they're going to call a foul on Greenwood. Blocking down inside, trying to impede the progress of his man Malone. And the foul, the first team foul on the Spurs. First, obviously, on Greenwood. Ball out of bounds, Utah. 9:13 to go in the first quarter as Adrian Dantley will trigger the inbound. Comes into Green. Green out of Michigan. Cross court to Malone. Malone takes it on the dribble right side to Dantley in the corner against Mitchell. Dantley with the ball high over his head. Long cross court goes to Green. They left him open. The jump shot's up. It's an air ball. Rebounded by Greenwood. Comes off to Matthews. Matthews back the other way on Hanson. He takes it all the way inside, and Malone blocks it out of bounds. Karl Malone running the floor very nicely. Again, this is the guy the Spurs had hoped to be there when they picked 13th last year. But he was not, as Utah took him right ahead of the Spurs' choice of Frederick Hughes, and Malone ejects the ball of Matthews. Mitchell looks for the inbound, comes into Robertson on the right side. Robertson across the lane. He's fouled before he gets there. Personal foul will be on Hanson. First personal foul on Bobby out of Iowa. First team foul called on the Jazz. Ball out of bounds, Spurs. Just under 9 minutes to go in the first quarter tonight from Salt Lake. Robertson gets the inbound right in front of Hansen. Just to the slightly right of the foul line. He drives down the lane. The finger roll is up and no good, but he is going to be fouled down the lane. Ronnie Nunn will call the foul, and it's on Hansen again. So Hansen gets a couple of quick fouls and at the line for the first time tonight. Will be Alvin Robertson to shoot a couple of free throws for San Antonio. Getting ready to check into the ball game is going to be Kerry Scurry. Scurry had already come onto the floor, and now he's whistled off as Robertson had some pretty good concentration and still made the foul shot. San Antonio 9-4 as Scurry enters the game. Scurry 23 minutes, 7 points and 7 rebounds against Golden State the other night. Robertson's second foul shot is no good. It's rebounded off by the Utah Jazz, and here comes Green with the ball in the forecourt. In the left-hand corner to Scurry, back out to Green. Cross-court, they get it to Malone. Malone goes on the baseline right side, looking into Dantley. They finally feed it inside. Mitchell knocks it down and steals. Here comes San Antonio with Robertson back the other way. Mishandles the ball. Takes it in the right-hand corner to Greenwood. Greenwood slightly to the right of the foul line. Jump shot's good. San Antonio some pretty good ball movement tonight. Now have a 7-point lead. Their biggest of the night is 11-4. Greenwood takes it on the three-point line, left side. Here comes a pick down for Scurry. Goes to the baseline. Robertson checks off on him. They get into Scurry and is slammed up by Scurry, and he's fouled. We could kind of see that play set up from the outside as Robertson got caught on a screen right at the top of the key as they pinned down right at the top of the circle, and Scurry went for a two-hand slam dunk. Makes it 11-6, and the first free throw of the night by the Utah Jazz will come from Kerry Scurry. Rookie out of Long Island, right behind Xavier McDaniels last year as the top rebounding forward in the NCAA. He makes the foul shot, makes it 11-7. Spurs by 4. Matthews against Green, over the top of the key, left-hand side to Mitchell. Mitchell against Dantley, goes baseline left, Dantley fouls him. Personal foul on Dantley, number 1 on the Utah Jazz. Team foul number 3. Ball out of bounds to the Spurs right in front of Cotton Fitzsimmons' bench as he directs traffic. Greenwood comes in with a rebound, comes to Matthews. Matthews, three-point line, now to the cross court. It goes to Robertson. Robertson down inside of Mitchell. Drives for the layup. It's blocked, and a goaltend is called. Mitchell's basket will count. So the goaltend on Mark Eaton gives Mitchell 4 points and San Antonio 13. The Utah Jazz with 7, and the ball bring it up the left side with Green on the dribble. Gets around Matthews to the baseline. Now circles back outside. Malone in the high post, given a lot of room by Greenwood. Jumpers up and good. Karl Malone scoring outside. Makes it 13-9. San Antonio's lead at 4. Right side with the ball, Robertson. They gave him too much room. Jump shot's no good. Tipped out of there by Scurry, but now we got a loose ball foul with a shove underneath. And the personal foul is going to be called on Robertson, I believe, again. Robertson draws his second personal foul as he shoves off on the rebound. Now Frederick Hughes will have to race into the ball game on the third team foul on the Spurs now. Into the forecourt, Green. Beyond the three-point line on the left-hand side. Looking down inside of Malone. He's posted up on Greenwood. Has it on the baseline. Dumps it underneath to Dantley. And Dantley is fouled as he tries to get the ball. It may be on Robertson. No, it's on Mitchell. Mitchell draws his first. San Antonio's 14th foul. Ball out of bounds to Utah as Robertson will be out of the ball game. And into the ball game will come Frederick Hughes. Hughes in 16 minutes, 5 points and 4 rebounds in the losing cause against Boston last night. He's in there, and right now is Hawking Dantley in the right-hand corner. Dantley's got the rookie on his hip, dumps it down inside to Malone, off to Eaton. Eaton drives for the hoop, but he's going to be fouled. Personal foul on Matthews, his first of the night, but San Antonio over the limit, so they'll be shooting 1 on the penalty. 7 minutes and 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and Mark Eaton will shoot free throws here for the Utah Jazz. They are 1 for 1 so far, the only free throw by Scurry. Mark Eaton steps to the line, 20 minutes, 7 points and 3 rebounds, just coming off that injury and getting some play time. He was 3 out of 6 in shooting from the floor against Golden State the other night. Shot is up and good. Lloyd Black, our radio engineer here at courtside, said it kind of signaled the downfall of the Utah Jazz the other night when he got in foul trouble, giving Joe Barry Carroll a pretty good free rein down the center of the lane, and he hurt him as, again, Golden State won the ball game. 13-11. San Antonio's lead is down to 2 as Eaton hits both free throws. San Antonio pushes it ahead with Matthews on the top of the key. Left-hand side goes to Mitchell. Mitchell drives across the lane on Dantley. Feeds it cross-court to Greenwood. Greenwood drives inside of Malone, off to Matthews, down the baseline. Jumper's no good. Wilkins with a rebound, knocked away from him. Greenwood comes up with it. Fall-away jumper no good. Malone off for the rebound for Utah. Ahead to Green. They could tie it. Green all the way. Drives for the layup. It's up and good. We're tied. The Utah Jazz coming from 7 down to tie it up for the first time tonight at 13 apiece. And with 6:43 left to play, the next dead ball will have us a timeout unless one of the teams calls one. At the top of the key, Greenwood. They went for a steal. Greenwood takes it all the way down inside. He's going to be fouled as he deals it off inside to Wilkins, and the personal foul is on Kerry Scurry, and now we have a timeout call. So a timeout, mandatory, here on the quarter goes to the Utah Jazz. We have 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go from the Salt Palace in Salt Lake. Well, we're where we were when we started, all tied at 13 apiece. John, you want to give that get that TV thing out of the way to Toronto now? Or? Yeah. Okay, we'll get that and then the shooting. It's called The Sports Network, right? Okay, I can sell something. Bring your Jazz ticket stub and receive a 10% discount on parts and service. Open all days Saturday for your convenience at 5650 South Station. Like the tonight's game program with the Seiko Shoe Bag ad has a Jazz stick ride. You're the winner of a limited edition Utah. This is Sam Smith welcoming you back to the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City, Utah. San Antonio Spurs basketball tonight. And in addition to the folks back in San Antonio and in South Texas enjoying our telecast tonight, we hope all of the folks up in Canada are enjoying tonight on the Sports Network out of Toronto, Canada. So to all of our Canadian basketball fans, welcome to our simulcast tonight from the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City. The Utah Jazz, the home team, the San Antonio Spurs and the Black, the visitors. These two ball clubs have met twice this year. San Antonio winning twice. And, of course, the Utah Jazz having won twice as well, as they have both won on the other's home floor. The Spurs most recently on February the 3rd when they won 112 to 104. The timeout has come and gone as San Antonio will inbound the ball. Matthews for the Spurs. To Hughes, down inside to Mitchell. Mitchell turns quickly over Dantley. The jumper is well off the mark and comes off to Mark Eaton. Eaton pushes it out to Green. Again, we're tied at 13. Utah has not led yet in the ball game. They have also been out-rebounded 7-3 by San Antonio in the early going. Nice pass underneath, gets the layup, and now Utah does have the lead, as they have come with 8 unanswered points on the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs led 13-7, but now 8 straight points by Utah, and they've got a 2-point lead. Outside of the ball, Matthews. Matthews dribble drives baseline against Green. Whirls inside of him, puts it up on Eaton. He blocks and gets the rebound. Out of there to Green. Here comes Green into the forecourt to Dantley. Driving layup. Utah's on the run. This is what I said the Spurs could not afford to do, and that, of course, is to turn the ball over as Eaton comes out on Mitchell. Comes right off to Wilkins, though, as he looks cross-court for somebody to pass to. Now drives down through the center lane, throws the hook off the baseline. It's no good. Greenwood with a follow-up. It's good. 4th point by David Greenwood. That breaks a drought by San Antonio as they've been outscored 10-0 on that run. The Jazz coming from 13-7 down to take a 17-13 lead, their biggest lead of 4, but it's down to 2 now at 17-15. 5 minutes, 22 to go. Kerry Scurry, I think, has been shaken up. He is walking around kind of in a daze at the moment as Dantley gets it outside, dumps it down into Eaton, throws the left-handed hook and got it. 4 points by Mark Eaton, 19-15 Utah. Into the forecourt, Matthews. Green gives him a little room to Greenwood on the top of the key to Hughes. Hughes has got room. He's got to take that shot. He does and scores. Boy, if they back up and give him that much room, he'll just kill him here tonight. It's 19-17. Utah by 2 as Hughes gets his first 2. Ricky Green out of Michigan. He and John Stockton handle the point guard roles. Back outside, it's Curry and Green. Now Dantley gets in the job. They double team him. Behind the back pass goes to Green. Jumper set shot 20. Good. Ricky Green, last time we played, got 25 here at the Salt Palace on the San Antonio Spurs. And with 4:33 left to play, he's given the Jazz a full-point lead again. Down inside Greenwood, out to Hughes. He takes it down the center lane, now feeds it deep in the corner to Matthews. Matthews behind the 3-point line, steps up for a short 16-footer and got it. Matthews down the baseline, makes it 21-19. Utah by 2. Green pushing the ball quickly up the left side of the floor, waiting to see what Scurry does inside. He hops out in the left corner to get it, down into Eaton. Eaton with the left-handed hook. It won't go this time, and Greenwood clears off the bound for the Spurs. Out to Matthews at midcourt. He pushes it straight down the center of the bullseye. He'll shoot it with the off left hand and scores. Matthews inside on Eaton, and he ties it at 21. Second tie of the basketball game. At the length of the floor, it's Ricky Green. He takes it all the way and scores. 23-21. Utah back up by 2 again as Matthews brings it back for San Antonio. 3:45 to play in the quarter. Matthews gets a screen from Greenwood. Instead, deals it back to Greenwood. He takes it into traffic, puts it up. It's no good. Rebound comes off to Eaton. He's outlet to Green. Ahead he comes to Dantley. Nice pass. The shot is up, and Mitchell went for a block but couldn't get it, and Dantley scores. 25-21. San Antonio once again down by 4 points as, again, the Jazz have led by 4 on a couple of occasions. San Antonio being outscored 10 straight points, and now they'll probably take a timeout here as Hughes gets it outside to Matthews. Matthews takes it on the left side. Now they'll take the timeout. So San Antonio will take a timeout with 3:11 left to go in the first quarter. Utah Jazz again down by as many as 7. Have skyrocketed up to a couple of 4-point leads where they are right now. 25-21 in the first quarter. We'll return to Salt Lake after this timeout.
Check page 25 in your Root magazine. If you have a Jazz sticker on the American Savings tag, you want a life-size Mark Eaton throw poster. Report Blue Cross Blue Shield sign to 95. If you'd like to get your own poster, just drop in any American Savings office and open a preferred certificate or savings account. Get full details at American Savings.
South Palace in Salt Lake City, tonight's site of the NBA basketball. Utah Jazz hosting the Spurs. Here's a reminder, San Antonio on the road for the next 2 ball games. They'll be at Seattle on Sunday afternoon at 4:30 tap-off time on the Sports Channel on WOAI, and then we'll move into Dallas, a game that'll be coming up on Tuesday night against the Dallas Mavericks. And again, they'll return home on March the 19th against the Atlanta Hawks with Spud Webb and Dominique Wilkins. Don't miss any of the action with the Spurs returning home. The San Antonio Spurs, Utah Jazz, one of 8 games being played tonight. The other scores we have for you, the Cleveland Cavaliers trailing Atlanta 83-68 into 3. And the other score we have for you, Boston right now is trailing Atlanta 95-89. That's also at the end of 3 periods in Atlanta tonight. So those are a couple of big key ball games among the 8 that are being played in the NBA tonight. San Antonio's timeout, 3:11 to play in the first quarter. They're down 25-21, and Robertson back in the lineup, inbounds it to Matthews. Jeff Lamp also is coming to the ball game, replaces Mike Mitchell down inside to Wilkins. Wilkins against Eaton, back out top of the key to Matthews. He's wide open, jumper's good. Matthews with 6. He got 16 here the last time the Spurs won, and he cuts the lead down to 2 at 25-23. Left side Malone gets a pass from Green. They clear out down inside for Dantley. Dantley in the baseline against Lamp. He gets a double team from Greenwood. Greenwood out on Auburn. They go inside to Malone. Malone in traffic. Wilkins knocks it away, but he's going to be called for traveling in doing so. So a turnover in the Utah Jazz gives it back to the Spurs on the inline as they double-teamed on Dantley. And as John Stockton comes into the ball game, he'll pick up Matthews. Stockton out of Gonzaga College up in Spokane, Washington. Out at the top of the key, Greenwood. Greenwood on the right side of Jeff Lamp. Lamp trying to get a shot off on Dantley. Drops it baseline to Wilkins. His short 12-footer's good. Jeff Wilkins. First basket as a San Antonio Spur against his old team, and he ties it at 25. 3 ties so far in the ball game. 2:22 to go in the period. Outside Stockton to Scurry. Looks in the left-hand corner, feeds to Malone, and now a whistle and a foul as Lamp is holding on Dantley. Lamp with his first personal foul. San Antonio over the limit, and Adrian Dantley will go to the foul line where he'll shoot 2 free throws for the Utah Jazz. Well, the man that helped lead North Carolina State to a national championship a few years ago down in 1983, Thurl Bailey at 6'11", will check into the lineup. And he comes in on that front line spot and will join Dantley at the other forward spot along with Eden. While again, Scurry and John Stockton remain at the guards. Dantley caressing that basketball as he always does. When the shot is up, bounces and stays. 80% foul shooter. And the Utah Jazz are perfect at the line as they've hit all 4. Cotton Fitzsimmons getting some offensive instructions into Wes Matthews, the point guard, as Dantley waits for the next shot. Jazz with a 1-point lead, and it stays there as Greenwood gets the missed shot. As Dantley misfires on the second one, gets it out to Matthews at midcourt. Matthews to Lamp on the right side. He's got Dantley with him. Matthews back on the left-hand side to Robertson. Robertson with Scurry on him. At the head of the key comes to Jeff Wilkins. 16-footer, no good. Eaton off for the rebound. Eaton looks for the outlet to John Stockton. Long down-court pass to Thurl Bailey. Bailey is bespectacled now as he's got some goggles on that he didn't wear the last time we saw him. Out inside of Dantley against Lamp. He hooks him, gets it back outside to Scurry. Top of the key jumper is up and no good. Eaton pushing off for the rebound will draw a personal foul. First foul on Eaton should be the 4th team foul called on the Jazz. And San Antonio will have it out of bounds, or is that number 5? They're walking the other way as if it's number 5. And it is, as they now flash it on the board. So 5 team fouls on the Jazz. And Jeff Wilkins will be at the line to shoot 2 free throws for San Antonio. Jeff Wilkins only 39% shooter from the floor, 64 from the foul line. Jeff was happy to get back to Salt Lake for a couple of reasons, to play against his old team and get back to his old familiar chiropractor. He had a stiff neck. His chiropractor worked on him today, and if his chiropractor did as good as mine, Dr. Scott Harris, the other day, he's feeling a lot better, because I know I am. First foul shot by Wilkins is no good. He'll have one more shot coming here. It's on its way, bounces, still won't go. So 2 missed foul shots by Jeff Wilkins, and the San Antonio Spurs still trail the Utah Jazz by the score 26-25. Baseline, they get it down underneath from Scurry to Dantley. Dantley with a little short hook. It's his 9th point of the game, and the Utah Jazz take the lead up to 3 at 28-25. Matthews behind the back dribble on Stockton to the baseline. Down it goes on a bounce pass to Lamp. Lamp against Dantley, back out to Matthews. Greenwood sets a pick for him. Matthews tries to use it. Now goes across the lane, and Stockton will get a block. Stockton with his first personal foul. The Jazz over the limit, and Wes Matthews will shoot a pair of free throws as Stockton gets his first personal foul of the night. Matthews kind of yo-yoing outside, trying to get position. He ran right into Eaton, but the foul had already been called. San Antonio will make a substitution, so will the Jazz, as Steve Hayes will make his first appearance in the ballgame out of Idaho State. Actually started his professional basketball career in the NBA with the Spurs. They signed him out of the CBA some 5 years ago as Matthews fits a foul shot up and good. That breaks a little drought at the foul line for San Antonio. They'd missed 3 in a row before Matthews cans there. Also, Frederick Hughes has rejoined the San Antonio Spurs lineup, replacing Alvin Robertson, and also into the ball game comes Mike Britton, the rookie, and replaces Wilkins. So 2 foul shots by Wes Matthews for the San Antonio Spurs. On the left-hand side, Thurl Bailey for Utah makes his first basket, and it's 30-27. A steal by Scurry. Scurry on the inbound will take it to the hoop, and he's going to be fouled as a personal foul is called on Jeff Lamp. So a quick inbound up underneath, and Scurry makes the steal, goes for the hoop. He'll also go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws here as second personal foul on Jeff Lamp. Lamp again throwing the inbound and intended for Matthews, threw it right to Scurry. Scurry taking it to the hoop, and now he'll shoot 2 free throws for the Jazz. Shot is up and good by Scurry. Scurry only a 59% foul shooter. I was a little amazed to find out that Karl Malone shoots only 48% at the foul line. So if he takes some shots down in low, the Spurs certainly should kind of clamp on and get some fouls on him and force him to shoot some free throws. San Antonio brings the ball on the full court, now down by 5, the biggest lead by the Utah Jazz at 32-27. Matthews, right corner to Lamp. Lamp looking down inside, nothing there, goes to Hughes. Left side to Greenwood, back to Matthews. Jump shot 18 on its way, good. Wes Matthews with 10 points in the quarter. He's keeping the Spurs within striking distance at 32-29. Steve Hayes drives on Britton, tried to put those shoes down. The rebound comes off to Greenwood on the missed shot, and Hayes goes for the rebound and fouls. Greenwood back the other way will shoot a couple of free throws for San Antonio. A reminder, the San Antonio Spurs on the road at Seattle and Dallas. Again, the Atlanta Hawks on the 19th. Spud Webb, the slam dunk champion, and a guy going for the scoring title, Dominique Wilkins. That's also, for you season ticket holders, the last exchange game. If you have not used some of your tickets earlier, that's the last game. You'll have an opportunity to exchange some of those tickets for the Atlanta game on the 19th. Be there and enjoy the Hawks and the Spurs. Greenwood with a free throw, good. San Antonio, 4 of 7. At the foul line is Greenwood. Knocks in his 5th point of the ball game. Greenwood in 27 minutes scored 11 points, but more importantly grabbed off 10 rebounds last night against the Celtics. He gets his 6th point here as he puts down the free throw, and San Antonio pulls within 1. 32-31, only 36 seconds to play in the first quarter. Stockton to Bailey. Bailey with a set shot, top of the key, no good. Britton off for the rebound, out to Matthews. Matthews will walk it ahead. So San Antonio with a chance to take the lead near the end of the quarter. With 23 seconds left to go on the game clock. The shot clock right now, we'll call that for you. It is now at 11. Matthews holding against Stockton. Stockton comes out to meet him with 9 on the shot clock. Matthews starting to make the move. Right side to Hughes. 5 on the shot clock. He comes up for a jump shot. It's on its way. Line drive, no good. Britton turns with a rebound. His shot is up, no good. Bailey off for the rebound. 5 seconds. He lets fly with a long down-court pass. It'll be out of the outstretched hands of Scurry. Now, was it touched by Scurry before going out of bounds, or would it be out of bounds here? I guess it's out of bounds there, as the ball would be coming out to Greenwood with only 1 second. Inbound to Matthews, no shot. Boy, that's the longest 1 second I've ever seen, and we're on the road, folks. Matthews got it, took 3 dribbles, came almost to midcourt. Was kind of amazed he didn't hear the horn and didn't take the shot. So the first quarter is history. The Utah Jazz with the lead with a score of 32-31. A good one shaping up at the Salt Palace here in Salt Lake City. Don't go away. We'll be back in 60 seconds with a scoring wrap-up.
Michael Bell is tonight's 22-winner and shooter. The Seiko rebound shoot-off. Michael has 20 seconds to make as many baskets as he possibly can. He's going to take each shot from outside the paint area. At the season end, we'll have the 3 highest scorers shooting off to determine the winner of our grand prize one competition Seiko team.
What do you got for Danley? Did he miss a foul shot? Danley?
Go.
Got him for 9, right?
1 for Mike. 2 for Mike.
Okay.
3 for Mike. 4.
Okay.
5 seconds, Mike. He's got 4. That's a season high. Mike Bell, congratulations and thank you for your participation. You can see the exciting collection of Seiko watches, including the official Jazz Seiko Sports Watch, exclusively at Shoeback Jewelers. We'd like to thank Spa Fitness Center for sponsoring your Jazz tickets tonight. Look on the back of your ticket. Welcome
back to the Salt Palace here in Salt Lake City, Utah, with the San Antonio Spurs once again trail the Utah Jazz by 1, 32-31. Leading scorers for San Antonio, first of all. 10 points by Wes Matthews to lead the way. Alvin Robertson with 7. Greenwood has tossed in a total of 6. Well, the Utah Jazz, their main man, as always, is Adrian Dantley with 9, but Ricky Green has contributed already 8. And Kerry Scurry off the bench has a total of 5 points for the Utah Jazz. A couple of NCAA scores to pass on to you. It's Western Kentucky defeating Nebraska tonight, 67-59. And Tulsa has been bombed by the Navy. David Robertson, who unfortunately can't play pro basketball for 5 years after he gets out of the Navy Academy because he's got an obligation to the government. He led the way with an 87-68 win over the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. We've got 3 final scores on the NBA scoreboard we'll pass on to you here as time permits. San Antonio comes into this second quarter. They'll come in with John Sundbo. Sundbo playing the point, will be joined at the guard by Rick Hughes. Also coming back into the ball game is going to be Mike Mitchell. So Mitchell rejoins the Spurs lineup along with Britton and Lamp, and that makes up San Antonio's lineup here to start the quarter. Stockton brings it ahead, left-hand side to Malone. Scurry breaks down through the left side of the lane. He's going to be called for a travel. So the Utah Jazz with another turnover here in the game. Give it back to San Antonio. Mike Britton will inbound to Sunball, and the Spurs will bring it ahead, and again they look for a lead. 10 seconds gone here in quarter number 2. Outside of the ball, Sunball takes it on a dribble to the right-hand side. Back looking inside, goes to Jeff Lamp. Lamp beyond the three-point line. Looking, trying to find somebody to cut inside. Goes cross-court dangerously to Sunball. Out inside to Mitchell. Posted up on Malone. Nice move towards the center of the lane. Turnaround jumper good. 6 points by Mitchell. San Antonio with the lead, 33-32. Just underway in the second period. Half a minute gone now. Malone with the ball, right corner. Nobody cutting inside. He holds the ball. Still holding, looking for help. Now gets it back out to Stockton. Stockton at the three-point line, down inside to Thurl Bailey. Outside to Kerry Scurry. Jumper from 18, no good. Rebound, Mike Britton inside of Eaton. Nice job. Out of there it comes to Sunbo. Sunbo pushes it ahead across the timeline, up the right side to Lamp. Lamp will try to drive across the lane, off to Britton. Takes it cross-court to Hughes. Hughes drives down the lane, off to Lamp. Lamp tried to get a shot away. Thurl Bailey knocked it away. Picked it up, gets it over to Mitchell, and he jumps it in from 20. San Antonio's lead at 3 now at 35-32. A minute 10 gone in the second period as Stockton pulls up for an 18-footer on the left side behind a nice screen and scores. 1 point Spurs lead. Sunbo met at midcourt by Stockton. Both equal size, and now we have a whistle and a personal foul, and we're going to be called for an offensive foul. It's called on Sunbo. So Sunbo draws an offensive foul and gives the Spurs another turnover as the ball goes back the other way. And again, Sunbo with that elbow high on Stockton and did get the foul as he got him right in the chin. Stockton back to live action down into Thurl Bailey. Turnaround jumper's on its way. No good. Eaton in there, but Britton screens him away again and gets the rebound. Out comes Jeff Lamp. Lamp driving around Thurl Bailey to the baseline. He's met there and fouled by John Stockton. Second foul on Stockton. San Antonio with the ball out of bounds. As the Utah Jazz pick up the foul, the Spurs have the lead 35-34. That's the first team foul here in the second period. Sunbull with it beyond the three-point line. Down in the right-hand corner to Lamp. He drives into traffic. Eaton is there for a block, but couldn't get it. Lamp scores his first hoop tonight. Lamp coming off a career high or season high of 25 last night as Sunbull makes a steal in the forecourt against Malone. He gets it ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell short jumpers up, and now Mitchell with 10 points in double figures gives San Antonio a 5-point lead again. Back the other way. Stockton at the three-point line, backing up, circles the wagons a bit here for the Jazz. Started there by Sunbull. They've isolated, trying to get Scurry down on that low bounce on the Hughes again. Now Stockton takes it down the center lane, deals it off to Eaton, drives for the slam dunk. They're going to rub it off. He's called for the travel. So taking too many steps by Mark Eaton in San Antonio with a turnover. Will get the ball back again. As a good pass inside by Stockton that time. Eaton again, well, he's a good call by Ronnie Nunn. He took a little hop to the right, then came back to the left, and anytime both the pivot feet move that way, that is a definite travel. So good call by Ronnie Nunn, much to the chagrin of the Utah fans. Outside, Sunbull. Jumper over Stockton scores. San Antonio's lead is up to 7. Matching their biggest lead they had in the first quarter as Stockton goes baseline left. He's in a double team trouble, gets it long, cross court goes to Bailey, and now they call the timeout. So the Utah Jazz falling down by 7 here as we have 9:16 to go in the second quarter. The Jazz will use their prerogative of taking an early timeout, and so will we. We'll return to the Salt Palace in Salt Lake. Our score, the Spurs 41, the Jazz 34.
Coca-Cola and the Utah Jazz are a winning combination. A good reason to stand up and cheer. So don't forget, Coke is the best way to cool down after a hot game. Have a Coke and enjoy all the Jazz action. Coke is it. Utah Dairy Farmers, grocers, and Meadow we all have a hand in bringing the quality and prices of the Meadow good feeling.
Okay, now are you going the whole scoreboard or just the ones that I'm getting here now?
Clover Club, a little company with a big tradition of quality, is proud to sponsor another quality program. Junior Jazz Youth Basketball. For a tasty snack, try Clover Club potato chips or tortilla chips. Clover Club and Junior
First three, I can live with that. Yeah.
Don't miss out on any of the exciting NBA action coming to the Salt Palace. Tickets for upcoming games can be purchased by calling 355-DUCK, any Danitex location or the Salt Palace. Thanks to Huffy and Sunset Sportsbook, providing the 2000 basketball ducks for tonight's game. Huffy is the official backboard and
Sam Smith with you back at the Salt Palace here in Salt Lake City. San Antonio with a 7-point lead at 41-34. Well, there's big doings down in Atlanta, and the Atlanta Hawks don't like it. Boy, they led the Boston Celtics almost throughout the entire game. The Celtics came back and won the game 121-114. Boston is amazing. Bird got 24. McHale got 24. Again, Boston wins for the 53rd time. In the other games that you see there on your scoreboard, Philadelphia 109 over Cleveland. 100 as Malone got 30. And another score that we have for you, Denver has defeated Washington 101-91. Alex English knocking in 33. That's an update on the scoreboard on the final scores we have for you so far. San Antonio on defense as Adrian Dantley back in the lineup, feeds out to Stockton to Malone. He tries to do things his own way. Shot is up as Scurry goes down. We have a whistle and a shove-off foul. And it's going to be on Rick Hughes. Hughes trying to get a little physical inside for the Spurs. Knocks Scurry down and draws a personal foul. San Antonio will have the ball out of bounds to the Utah Jazz again on the first team foul on the Spurs. Inside Scurry gets it to Dantley. Dantley down low, gets his 11th point with a little spinning hook. Utah Jazz trying to cut into that lead a bit as it's 41-36 now. Back the other way, Sunbull with it on the outside. Guarded still by Stockton. Takes it right side on the dribble. Looking inside, finally goes to Lamp. Lamp to the baseline. Jumper from 12, good. Jeff Lamp with his 4th point of the ball game. Makes it 43-36 San Antonio. 8:46 to go in the first half. Full courting the ball, Stockton. Stockton up the left side. Good matchup with Sunbull. Malone down inside. Lamp is all alone as Lamp. Not sure if he got hurt or got knocked down off a screen. He gets up rather slowly nonetheless, and Dantley gets an easy basket underneath with a good pass by Malone. 43-38, 5-point Spurs lead. Sunbull along with Britton, Mitchell, Lamp, and Hughes in there right now in the second period. Sunbull, 3-point line to the baseline to Mitchell. Drives to the baseline. His shot is good, and he's fouled by Thurl Bailey, who hangs on his back. Bailey with his first personal foul. Mitchell's 12th point of the game will go to the line now to try to complete it and get a baker's dozen with 13. Good drive by Mitchell. He's taken that ball to the basket very well again. Gets the shot to drop on the baseline, and now we'll have a free throw for San Antonio. Unofficially 5 out of 8 in that first quarter. As Mitchell will try a foul shot here for San Antonio. It's on its way and got it. So Mitchell with 13 points. San Antonio with a 3-point play take a 46-38 8-point lead, biggest of the night. Outside of the ball, Green, who's back in there, goes inside to Dantley. Dantley trying to get a shot up. Sunbowl had doubled down on him, but gets too much of his arm and gets a personal foul. Personal foul is on Sunbowl, and it is his second of the night. And going to the line, Adrian Dantley will shoot 2 more foul shots here for the Utah Jazz, as Sunbowl doubled down on him nicely, but again, could not get the ball before he got the foul. Dantley, an 80% foul shooter. By the way, the Utah Jazz were 13 of 20 in that first quarter for 65%. San Antonio 13 of 29 for 45%. San Antonio makes a substitution as Robertson comes back in, and now Frederick Hughes will sit down for a moment for Coach Cotton Fitzsimmons and the Spurs here tonight at Salt Lake as Dantley gets ready for another free throw. Dantley with 14 points here early in the ball game, makes it 46-39 and makes it 40 as he falls over the line just as he lets that foul shot go. 8 out of 9 by the Jazz up the line, and again the Spurs are up by 6. Sunbowl left-hand side to Lamp behind a Mitchell screen, baseline left 14, good. Lamp with his 6th point of the ball game. Good screen by Mitchell. Spurs up by 8. Back the other way, Ricky Green trying to get a little more motion in that offense. On the left side goes to Thurl Bailey. Bailey looking for a dump down pass. It goes to Dantley. Dantley whirls in the lane. Shot's good. Adrian Dantley with that good down post-up move of his. Just powers inside on a couple of the San Antonio Spurs. They were doing chins on his arm, and he still got it up and in. Sunbowl on the left side. Goes down inside to Robertson. Over his arm for a foul is Scurry. So a good cut down inside from Robertson. A good pass by Sunbowl, who is checked out of the ball game in favor of Wes Matthews, who's back in for San Antonio. Spurs will have the ball out of bounds on the 3rd team foul here, whistle in the period on Utah. Inbound Robertson, guarded outside by Scurry. Takes it cross court to Mitchell. Mitchell with a glass shot. It's up and good, and he's fouled again. So Mitchell with another basket is dumped and fouled, and it's going to be a foul call again on Thurl Bailey. And Mitchell again will troop to the line, trying to complete still another 3-point play. 50-42, San Antonio by 8. Good ball movement that time, a good penetration by Robertson, a good deal-off pass to Mitchell. And Mitchell, who's probably one of the better in the league when he gets it to drop on putting that ball softly off the glass and down and in. Referees asked for one of the ball boys to come out and mop up some of the perspiration, giving us time to remind you that we'll be in Seattle coming up for a 4:30 tap-off time on Sunday afternoon on the Sports Channel and on WOAI. The Sonics and the Spurs on Sunday. Mitchell with the free throws. Up, bounces around, bounces, stays. Attaboy, Mitch. Put that chewing gum on it again. San Antonio with that makes it 51-49. They're up by 9, biggest lead of the game. 51-42, excuse me. A 9-point lead by the Spurs. 7:20 to play in the half. Ricky Green waiting for options to penetrate. Got the jump shot up. It went down and came back out. Rebound comes off the Lamp. Ahead to Robertson to Matthews. Cross court. He tried to bounce it. It was knocked out of his hands and out of bounds by one of the Jazz. Green from behind. And the Spurs will have it on the end line. Jeff Lamp will trigger as Cotton Fitzsimmons calls the play. Lamp looking. They're trying to get Robertson on a pin down in the corner. Lamp has a lot of time getting it into Matthews near midcourt. 17 on the shot clock as he gets it and starts the offense. Matthews, left-hand side to Lamp. Down inside to Robertson. Scurry over his back to poke it away. Robertson gets it, takes it to the baseline, no shot. Out to Mitchell. He takes it into traffic, puts it up high, no good. Rebound comes off to Malone. Malone out of there, pass to Green. Green running into the forecourt. Lamp is there. Green baseline right to Dantley. Layup good. 51-45. San Antonio with the lead by 7. Led by as many as 9 with 6:42 to play in the quarter. Again, Utah has already used a timeout on the period. Outside Matthews with it beyond the 3-point line. Mitchell comes out to get it against Thurl Bailey, who's already picked up a couple of fouls trying to stop Mitch. Goes to Matthews, 18-footer, long range, no good. Bounces high up over the top of the backboard and out of play. So San Antonio again loses the ball on a missed shot by Matthews. And the Utah Jazz, who have cut the lead to 7, have a chance to cut it to 5 with a basket here. Green matched on Matthews. Mitchell picking up Thurl Bailey as he jumps to the top of the key for a pass. Takes it on the right-hand side of Malone. Down the baseline. He'll try to drive on Britton. Stops, jumps, shoots. No good. Rebound off the floor to Britton. Britton with his 3rd rebound gets it to Matthews. He flips it to Robertson. Robertson into a crowd. Has the shot knocked away. And Robertson is going to be undercut by Malone. Malone will be picking up a personal foul. And that's a cheap shot by Karl Malone. Robertson was up, and Malone just backed up under him. Got the personal foul, and Robertson will shoot 2, as he'll have to pick himself up off the deck to do so. Again, after Robertson got airborne, Malone again just ducked right under him. That is a cheap shot by Karl Malone. And Robertson will be at the line to shoot 2 for San Antonio. Malone thought he had a way to maybe just step completely under the skying Robertson, but anytime you try to go under a player in that manner, he never tried to block the shot. That's the key. If he tried to block the shot, that's a different story. But he didn't do so. He just ducked under Robertson and really dumped him hard on the inline. Second foul shot by Robert. He hops out no good after making the first one. San Antonio's lead at 52-44. Back the other way quickly, Malone. Left baseline. Out to Dantley. Dantley guarded there by Lamp to Green. Top of the circle. Jumper's on its way. Good. Ricky Green with 10 points tonight for the Utah Jazz. Keeping them close within 6. 5:50 to play. Robertson down inside on Scurry. Cross court goes to Lamp. Lamp tries to make the move, and now the Spurs are caught for a 3-second violation. So San Antonio with another turnover in the basketball game will give it back to the Jazz as Eaton comes back in, and Thurl Bailey will check out for Utah. The Jazz within 6. 5:44 to play before halftime. Good friend Bill Howard, a broadcaster from the Utah Salt Lake area, will be our halftime guest to talk basketball in general around the valley. As a pass inside, a beautiful pass by Malone into Dantley. He scores easily. 12 points by Dantley in the quarter. He's now got a total of 21 for the game, and the Jazz are within 4. And now the Spurs want to call a 20-second timeout. So a 20 by the San Antonio Spurs just to kind of regroup themselves after leading by as many as 9. Also, it's an opportunity to get Jeff Wilkins and David Greenwood in, who were standing at the scorer's table for San Antonio. So far, Dantley with those 21 points. San Antonio is being led tonight by Mike Mitchell, who's knocked in a total of 12 in the period and 16 for the game. 10 by Matthews, though. And 10 also by Ricky Green. So the point guards are in a standoff at the moment. Figure in, of course, I guess you've got to figure Sunbowl in there, who has 2. His counterpart on the other side is Stockton, and the point guards are dead even at 12 apiece. David Greenwood walking back to the scorer's table, talking to David at the airport today. His ankle swole a little bit on him after last night's Boston game. He said he's still playing with some pain, but it's nothing like it was before he got the operations on the heels last year. All right, Greenwood will have to wait for a moment to come in on the 22nd. You're only allowed 1 substitution, and that is Wilkins, as he's in there playing down inside. Robertson to Wilkins on the right side. A 14-footer by Wilkins. It glances, no good. Rebound. Robertson tries to save it. Kerry Scurry can't get to the ball, and it goes out of bounds after the Utah Jazz touch it. Now Greenwood is allowed to come in the game, and let's see who's going to go out. It'll be Jeff Lamp. Greenwood back to the power. Mitchell back to the small forward, and he'll inbound the ball. And will be guarded by Karl Malone. Mitchell looks, comes into Robertson, swings it to Matthews. Fresh 24, no hurry here. In the right-hand corner, Malone running for a steal as they try to get it to Mitchell. And it's out of bounds. It'll still belong to San Antonio. Shot clock will be at 20. Mitchell will look for the inbound. Matthews, Greenwood stacked. They get it into Robertson. Robertson against Kerry Scurry. Right in the foul line. Down on the baseline. They get it to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to take it up opposite side. He'll be fouled as he tries to get an opposite side hook up. Now they're going to rule that maybe he wasn't trying to shoot the ball. Nonetheless, the Jazz are already over the limit. Personal foul is on Scurry, so Mitchell will get 2 free throws anyway. Mitchell again took it up on the opposite side. He had a second notion about trying to take it up on Eaton. And the Utah Jazz already over the limit with 5 team fouls, and 2 foul shots coming here by Mike Mitchell. Going out as Kerry Scurry draws his 3rd personal foul trying to stop Mitch as Bobby Hansen comes back in. Hansen apparently bleeding on the finger of the right hand, the left hand. He's got some blood on his trousers where he's wiped it off. Shot by Mitchell at the foul line, good. San Antonio's lead 53-48 here with 5 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the half. Next shot by Mitchell's on its way, got him again. So Mitchell adding to his total, 14 in the quarter, 18 for the ball game. And San Antonio leads 54-48. Outside, under 5 minutes to go. Green swings it left side to Malone. Malone down underneath to Dantley. Dantley has a good of his hand by Robertson off his foot and out of bounds. Utah Jazz with another turnover. Greenwood comes into Matthews. Matthews across the timeline. Into the left-hand corner to Mitchell. Mitchell covered up there by Malone. He takes him in. Stops, jump, shoots. No good. Rebound comes off to Malone. He flips it ahead to Dantley. Dantley behind the defense. He goes in on Matthews. Spins away from Mitchell and scores. Nice play by Adrian Dantley. Makes it 54-50. Boy, Dantley has had a great quarter as well with 14. 23 for the game, and now the Spurs want a timeout. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the second quarter. The Spurs up by as many as 9. Adrian Dantley has helped bring them back within 4. We pause for a timeout with our score from Salt Lake. The San Antonio Spurs 54, the Utah Jazz 50. Will return after this 60-second timeout.
This offer is good for the day of the game only. That's Monday night. The Jazz and the Detroit Pistons. To the whole family for only $20. If you're thinking of any Jazz outlet, or call 355-DUCK.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was with the Floridians. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. You got anything coming back? Well, as Cotton Fitzsimmons and his San Antonio Spurs group at courtside, leading 54-50 here in the first half. Big score coming to us from Dallas. The Portland Trailblazers, the ball club that tied with the Utah Jazz now for the number 5 playoff spot in the West, are trailing the Dallas Mavericks badly at the end of 3, 97-82. So that is a key factor here tonight for the Utah Jazz as they try to catch up some ground on the Dallas Mavericks and the Utah Jazz as well. The turnovers in the ballgame, Utah Jazz have turned it over 8 times, San Antonio with 4. Off of those 8 turnovers, San Antonio has accounted for only 4 points, though. On the outside, inbounded pass comes Matthews. Matthews with it. Cross court goes to Mitchell. Dumps it down inside of Greenwood. Greenwood with a short jumper, up and good. David Greenwood offensively with 8 points tonight. San Antonio leads 56-50. San Antonio as a team shooting 52, but how about this? The Jazz 64. Wow, they're burning it again. Outside of the ball, Dantley. Dantley himself is having a great night. Down to the baseline to Malone. Poked away by Robertson out of bounds. Robertson thought he got it off of Malone's leg and out of bounds, but Ronnie Nunn says, no, not this time. By the way, Mark Eaton has 3 blocked shots tonight. We know because they keep track of them here in the arena. We'll show that to you a little bit later as an inbounded pass comes in to Mark Eaton. He is pushed from behind by his former teammate Jeff Wilkins. Draws his first personal foul, ball out of bounds to the Utah Jazz. And there are the 3 blocked shots. That's the way they keep track of it, with hanging the bees, so to speak, here at the Salt Palace. Inbounded pass, they work it to Dantley. In the corner, double inside of Malone. He runs headlong into Wilkins, and he's blocked. Wilkins with a second personal foul. The reason that's a foul on Wilkins is the fact that Malone was turning and reaching for the ball. You have to give him room to come completely down with the ball before the contact, and Wilkins did not. Inbounded pass, Malone for Utah. Again, they're down by 6. Dantley on the right side draws a double team. Hansen swings it quickly to Green out of the left corner. Jumper's good. Ricky Green with a dozen points tonight. 4-point lead by the Spurs at 56-52. By the way, the rebound battle has gone so far to the Spurs, 19-12. On the left baseline, Mitchell left wide open. Uh-oh, something happened on the defense for Utah that time as Dantley puts it down. He gets his 16th point of the quarter and his 20th of the game as Robertson gives Hansen and Green a fit in the backcourt. They just barely get it in time and get it across the timeline with 3:19 to go in the half. 58-52, San Antonio with the lead. Outside Green. Down inside along the baseline goes to Dantley. Back out to Green. Fakes the shot. Takes it in the right corner to Hansen. Hansen with a 3-point goal. Got it. Bobby Hansen with a 3-point goal out of the corner. They gave it to him. They've only put 2 on the board, though, now. 58-54 as Matthews drives down the lane. Poked away by Green off his leg and out of bounds. And now a technical foul is going to be called on Matthews in the backcourt. So Matthews gets a technical foul, protesting the call or lack thereof by Tommy Nunes. And now a technical foul shot will be taken by Adrian Dantley as Matthews draws the technical foul and Nunes clamped it on him. By the way, they now have put that extra point up by Hansen on the 3-point goal to make it 58-55. Dantley at the foul line for a free throw. Dantley is one of those guys we always run out of room in his score column, it seems like. He's got 12-14 in the quarter already, 23 for the game. Has another free throw here. Certainly Mike Mitchell's trying to keep pace with him as Dantley's foul shot is good. 58-56, Utah trailing by 2. They've got the ball with a chance to tie. Last tie, by the way, came with a 25-25 score. Tied 3 times in the first quarter. This could be the 4th of the night as Green brings it ahead. Spurs trying to play some shutout defense inside as Matthews is out of the ball game and Sunbowl in there. They go down to Eaton. Eaton rolls for the left-handed hook, and we are tied. 58 apiece. Back the other way, San Antonio. Sunbowl, cross court. Wilkins, top of the key. Jumper, no. Rebound, Dantley. Dantley out of there to Green. Green pushes it into the forecourt quickly as Utah looks for a lead. Dantley waits to see what's going to happen before running into the forecourt. Kind of saving some energy here with 2:23 to play in the half. Outside, top of the key goes to Dantley. Dantley drives the left side of the lane. Mitchell picks it up and scores. Adrian Dantley gives the Utah Jazz the lead by 2. 60-58. Outside with the basketball, Sunbowl. On the right-hand side, down the baseline. They get it to Mitchell. He's stuck. Puts it up over Eaton. Eaton gets a body into him. And now we've got what call? Personal foul called on Mitchell as he tries to go back after the basketball and draws the foul. Again, after he got away, really was kind of tripped a little bit by Malone and got it inside, and Mitchell taking it down into Eaton. I'm not really sure I can buy that call either, because as Britton comes in for Wilkins, Eaton made the contact out on Mitchell rather than vice versa. Top of the key. They go from Bailey down inside to Dantley, foul from behind. And I believe it's going to be on David Greenwood. It is. Greenwood with the second foul. And Dantley will go back to the line where he'll shoot one of the penalty here for the Jazz. Second personal foul on Greenwood. Adrian Dantley is now 4 out of 5 in shooting at the foul line tonight. Already has 11 field goals in this basketball game. Wow. Sets patiently at the line. He does not rush the foul shot, that's for sure. Going to get our stopwatch out on him again one of these days. Well, as a matter of fact, let's do it right now. 10 seconds. He's got the ball right there. Let's check and see how long it takes him. Used to take him about 16 seconds to shoot a foul shot. He's approaching 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and got it away with 13 seconds. So just a tad over the limit. Makes the free throw and gives Utah a 61-58 lead. Up by 3 with 1:49 to play. Out inside to Robertson against Hansen. Eaton comes out to intimidate. Knocked in the air by Greenwood, and Eaton comes off with it. Looking for an outlet, goes to Green, flips it ahead to Hansen. Hansen on the left-hand side, drives to the lane. Ball is knocked away by Mitchell out of bounds. Utah's ball. So the Jazz will have it with a 3-point lead, 61-58. 1:36 to play in the half. Sam Battisto looking on across the way in the front row center seats as Dantley gets it down inside to Hansen, driving layup. Good. Hansen with a set play out of bounds is also going to be fouled, and a foul is going to be on Mike Britton. So the foul shot will try to add to a 63-58 score here, as Hughes will check into the ball game, and let's see who goes out. Alvin Robertson will retreat again, as Bobby Hansen will go to the line trying to complete a 3-point play. He's got a 3-pointer and a couple of baskets already tonight, for a total of 7, and the man out of Iowa always wants to say hello to his folks back in Iowa who watch on the satellite when we're on the road with the Spurs. He makes the foul shot, and it's 64-58. The Utah Jazz with their biggest lead of 6. Sunbull to Hughes, down inside to Greenwood, challenges Eaton, shot is up, no good, and Eaton got him on the chest. Second foul on Mark Eaton as Greenwood will go to the line where he'll shoot 2. Well, Greenwood just gritted his teeth and says, okay, big fella, here I come. And he came down the baseline on him in a hurry. Went up and challenged him, and Eaton went over his back for the foul as Greenwood turned that body nicely, trying to keep Eaton away. Mark Ivoroni, the former San Antonio Spur, will come in for the first trip tonight as Greenwood's free throw is good. He's got 9, and here comes Mark. Former member of the Philadelphia 76er World Championship team, and going out is Mark Eaton. Jeff Lamp checks in, and Mike Britton will come out. San Antonio making some defensive changes now with a little bit shorter lineup in there for Utah. 6'10", 6'11 on the front line, joined by Adrian Dantley. So Green, Lamp, and Mitchell make some adjustments defensively as Greenwood has another foul shot coming here. It's on its way, got them both. Attaboy Greeny. Foul shots by San Antonio. Draws a little closer at 64-60. Utah by 4. Outside of the ball, Green trying to get around Sunbull. Cuts him off beautifully as he comes back with a dribble on the right side. Into the corner of Bailey. 14 on the shot clock as they've isolated in a 2-man game. Dantley down the baseline, looking for help, tries to run out of there. Now the Spurs are called for his own. So a technical foul on San Antonio. Personal foul, a zone call is called on Sunbull as he was coming over to double the basketball. And Tommy Nunez calling him for being in the lane for the 3-second call, and going to the line will be Ricky Green to shoot a free throw. It's a technical. A zone call, the second of the night call on San Antonio. The technical foul shot by Green is good. 13 points by Ricky Green, 65-60. San Antonio down by 5. 1:08 left to play. This is a good ball game tonight from Salt Lake City, and this sucker's liable to go right down to a final shot tonight. Hope it does anyway. Hope it's the guys in the black getting it too. Outside of the ball, Green. Out long range goes to Hansen. Hansen takes it on the right side, back to Green on the high post. Looking down inside, here's Dantley, one-on-one on Mitchell. Here comes Sunbull for a double team. Dantley missed dribbles, but they got plenty of time on the shot clock. It's at 10. Green down the lane, nobody picked it up, and he scores. Green just drives the lane as they came over to double team on Adrian Dantley. And when they did, it left Green wide open for a driving layup. A 7-point Utah lead. This is their biggest of the night as Sunbull brings it into the forecourt on the right side. Lamp emerges out at the top of the key. They try to look for him, and now a 3-second violation is going to be called on San Antonio as Greenwood is trapped in the lane. So San Antonio with their 6th turnover of the half give it back to the Jazz. They lead by 7 and try to updo their biggest lead of the night. It's already there at 7. Green drops it off to Danley. Now they double team. Loops it long cross court to Hansen. A 3-point throw. Good. Bobby Hansen from Adrian Dantley, and it's a 10-point Jazz lead, 70-60. 22 seconds before the half. San Antonio will bring it up for a final shot here. Shot clock is down to 15. Out of there with it is Sunbow. Sunbow holding it at long range. Shot clock's down to 9 as he tries to make the move on Green. Here comes Hughes one way, Lamp the other. Lamp is open, 18-footer, may have got a piece of it. Mitchell off with the rebound, throws it up to the left hand and scores before the buzzer goes off. With 3 seconds left to play, 70-62, and now we've got a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be a double foul called on Mark Ivoroni and Greenwood. Wait a minute. Double foul is going to be called on Mark Ivoroni and also on David Greenwood. Third on Greenwood, the first called on Mark Ivoroni. And Utah will have the ball as now they'll take a 20-second timeout to set some strategy with 3 seconds to play. So as Hansen was trying to get the inbound to Mark Ivoroni, he and Greenwood got in a little push and shove battle and got the personal foul, a double foul call, 1 on each way. It's a big one on Greenwood, and the fact that it's his third and the only foul of the night called on Mark Ivoroni. Utah uses up their 20-second timeout to try to set some kind of play off the baseline with 3 seconds left to go here before the halftime break. Utah leading by as many as 10. San Antonio's biggest lead was 9. San Antonio trailed at the quarter, 32-31. Bobby Hansen is really bleeding. It is his knuckles on his left hand rather than just the fingers. And Don Sparks, the trainer, or whomever takes care of their uniforms, may have some trouble getting all that out tonight. Hansen inbound. Ivoroni in the backcourt. Midcourt to Green. He'll let fly. It'll count if it goes. It does not. And that's the end of the first half. So despite the fact the Spurs are down by 8, it's been a good first half. Both ball clubs playing hard here tonight with the Utah Jazz, with Adrian Dantley just going crazy here tonight. Leads the Utah Jazz to a 70-62 halftime lead. We'll be back to take a look at the scoring of the first half and more from the Salt Palace in Salt Lake after this timeout. 17. He has come up with 5 out of 7 at the foul line again. Has a total of 27 in the ball game tonight for the Utah Jazz. So the San Antonio Spurs have some making up to do here, as the Jazz will have the ball as we start the third quarter. San Antonio dropping back with Matthews back in there against Green. Robertson guarding Hansen. They double down for Dantley. Now they check off on him on a switch off as they go to Malone. Down inside to Dantley. Robertson going for a steal. Will draw a personal foul, and that'll be his third. Well, I'll tell you what, Malone is probably one of the strongest passing forwards you'll find in this league. I mean to tell you, when he lets fly with that pass from the top of the key, you better be ready for it. It could take you about 7 rows up into the stands if you're not. It's out of bounds as Robertson gets a third personal foul, and Dantley gets it in quickly to Green. Fresh 24 for the Jazz. They lead by 8 as we start the third quarter. Dantley guarded by Mitchell. They get it back out to Hansen. He's got 2 3-pointers and make it 3 as he hits this one. 73-62. There's an 11-point lead by the Utah Jazz, their biggest of the night. Half a minute gone in the third. Mitchell on the left-hand side, backing down on Dantley, goes Wilkins, cross-court to Matthews. Matthews drives on Green, into traffic against Eaton. Shot is no good, tipped up, Wilkins comes up with it. He'll take it back inside. We've got a whistle and a foul. Personal foul will be called on Bobby Hansen, his third personal foul, trying to help out on Wilkins. Jeff will go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws for San Antonio. Wilkins again fighting for the rebound down inside. And again, Eaton got a piece of him, but Hansen also reaching down and getting some of him. And Wilkins at the line. He's missed 2 tonight. We'll try to add a couple of free throws here. Shot is on its way. Hard off the back of the iron. No good. He's only a 64% foul shooter. Only 39 from the floor. He's having trouble getting a ball in the hoop, and this one will bounce and stay, though. 3 points by Jeff Wilkins. It's a 10-point game at 73-63. Utah with the lead in the ball. Hansen beyond that 3-point line. Robertson's with him now. Down inside to Dantley. Tries to power down in on Mitchell. He turns around. Mitchell anticipating to turn back into him. but still draws the block and will draw a very important third personal foul on Mitchell. Fouls become a problem now. Mitchell 3, Robertson 3, Greenwood 3. While the Utah Jazz at the moment have Kerry Scurry with 3, and that's the only, Hansen has 3 as well, as they've got a couple of players in foul trouble themselves. Inbounded pass for the Jazz with a 10-point lead. Malone down into Danley. Back out to Hansen. Another 3-point goal. Got it again. Hansen with 4 3-point goals. Knocks it down, and San Antonio wants to call a quick 20-second timeout. Bobby Hansen with 4 3-pointers in the ball game tonight. The last one giving them a 13-point lead, their biggest of the contest. And Cotton calls a quick 20-second timeout here. Wow. So just as Larry Bird got 4 3-pointers on us last night, now here another 3-pointer by Bobby Hansen. No doubt on where his feet were on that one. Just glides off the front of the rim and goes down. They may soon forget a guy by the name of Darrell Griffith here, who, if he ever comes back to play for the Jazz, a big 3-point shooter, but again, Bobby Hansen is filling in very admirably there at the 3-point range. So San Antonio down by 13 as Matthews pushes it back in the full court. Top of the key, Greenwood. Malone going for a steal and gets a foul, and that's 2. Malone had sights on the other end of the basketball floor as he draws the foul there. San Antonio will take it out of bounds on the second team foul in the quarter on Utah. Mitchell into Robertson, guarded by Hansen. On the baseline, gets it on the left side to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to get away out of a double team himself. Goes baseline to Wilkins. Wilkins in the center lane to Greenwood. Jump shot's on its way and good. David Greenwood. 12 points by Greenwood tonight. San Antonio trails by 11. 76-65, third quarter. Green brings Matthews to the 3-point line left side, feeds on the top of the key to Malone. Look out for that pass down the middle. He instead feeds it cross court to Dantley. Dantley behind Malone. Jump shot's on its way. It's no good. Rebound Wilkins in front of Eaton. Out it goes to Robertson. Robbie pushing it ahead. He's got Greenwood on the left side. Comes back instead to Wilkins. To Mitchell. Mitchell on the right side. Tries to drive down inside of Malone. Does. Puts it up and scores. Mitchell with a nice little move down the center lane. Gets his 24th. And San Antonio makes a little comeback within 9 now. Utah calling signals with a couple of minutes gone in the third quarter, and Green holding on the left side. They're trying to get in the half-court game with Dantley. Go to Malone, looking for Dantley inside. Instead goes Eaton. His jumper on the left side, no good. Gets his own missed shot. Knocked away, stolen by Robertson. Robertson back the other way for San Antonio. Will drive through the center lane, trying to force it down underneath, and has the ball knocked away and stolen back by Green. Green to the foul line. Left-hand side of Hansen. Jumper on the left side, good. Bobby Hansen, whose season high is 25, may be fastly approaching that here quickly. He has a total of 8 points in the quarter and 19 for the ball game. Outside left side, Mitchell. Mitchell open from 20, cans it. Mitchell with 26. San Antonio down by the score of 78-69, however, as the Utah Jazz have kept the pressure on since tying it at 58 all with about 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Green for Utah to the top of the key, off left side to Malone. Apron a 14-footer, good. Malone with only his 4th point of the ball game makes it an 11-point lead by Utah again. Back the other way to the ball, Matthews to the baseline, out to Wilkins on the high post. Right side, Mitchell. Mitchell kind of a one-man show keeping us in this thing tonight. Goes to Robertson. Robertson against Hansen. Nothing there. Long cross court to Matthews. Matthews drives by Green behind the back pass to Wilkins. Not ready for it, and it's out of bounds. So San Antonio, that again had only 7 turnovers in that first half of the ball game, have 9 now. Back the other way is Green. A follow-up slam dunk is Malone. Malone puts it down as Green took it the length of the floor, and now the Spurs want to call a timeout. So the Spurs have already used a 20-second timeout, and now they're forced into a full timeout, just trying to hold off the Jazz. Third quarter has 8 minutes and 46 seconds left to play. We've got a timeout with our score. The Jazz 82, the Spurs 69. Will return to Salt Lake in a minute. Okay, we're going to go with those scores, right? Just that one page. Let's see. I don't have an update on. Is this it? Okay. All right. Well, Dallas.
Is the most exciting time of the year. Playoff package will go on sale to the general public on April 1st. Call 355 Duck and reserve yours today. Ladies and gentlemen, we again like to take this opportunity to please warn you, do not throw items on the playing surface, specifically airplanes. Fellow security will remove you immediately if you
With the Utah Jazz up by 13 for the second time in the quarter, 82-69 over San Antonio. Quickly around the league, a couple of other scores, including a final from Detroit. Kelly Tripucka with 21. The Detroit Pistons stop New York. They lose for the sixth time, 112-89. Milwaukee's having trouble with Indiana at Milwaukee at the half. Indiana 57, Milwaukee 55. Dallas no trouble with Portland. Last word at the end of 3. Dallas 97, Portland 82. Some of the other games tonight in the NBA. Wes Matthews, Alvin Robertson, David Greenwood, Jeff Wilkins, along with Mike Mitchell playing without Artis Gilmore and Steve Johnson again tonight. They've got an uphill battle in the third, down by 13 as Greenwood comes right side to Mitchell. Mitchell down the baseline of Malone, puts it over Eaton and scores again. 28 points by Mitchell. A steal by Robertson. Takes it back. He scores. So a bad pass on the inbound by the Utah Jazz. A couple of back-to-back baskets by the Spurs. And it's 82-73 as Mitchell and Robertson score back-to-back hoops. 8:20 to go in the third. Green has it in the forecourt. Looking down in low to Dantley. Covered up by Robertson on the switch. Now they've got an illegal defense called on San Antonio as Wilkins apparently was caught in the lane too long. Technical foul called on the Spurs again, and Ricky Green, Dantley will shoot it. Dantley with 27 points in that first half of the ball game goes to the line and will shoot another free throw. Adrian Dantley in a battle with Alex English, Dominique Wilkins for the leadership in the NBA. Nearly a point behind now Alex English, who got 33 tonight, but Dantley with his 28th point of the game as he drops it in here. Keeping pace, Dominique Wilkins, another good night for the Atlanta Hawks in the losing cause. A great night with 42. Inbound, outside of the ball, Green. Beyond the three-point line, left side Hansen. Hansen down inside to Eaton, rolls in the lane. He's going to be called for a travel. 9 turnovers by the Utah Jazz as San Antonio has the ball out of bounds in the backcourt, and they're down by 10. 83-73. 8 minutes to go in the third. Robertson outside of Matthews. Matthews down the lane. He challenges Eaton. Eaton gets a block. Robertson gets the rebound. Eaton gets another block. They'll put 2 Bs on the wall now as here comes Green to Dantley, driving way up, good, and he's fouled. So 2 block shots on the other end of the floor by none other than Mark Eaton. And it results in a basket on the other end and a 4th foul by Greenwood. Again, Eaton with his 2nd block shot created the break. Green in the open court deals it to Dantley, drives in on Greenwood, gets some body, and Dantley scores. And now tries to complete a 3-point play. 85-73, 12-point lead by the Jazz. Just under 8 minutes to go in the third. Dantley at the line, already with 30 tonight, looking for his 31st, and he's got it. So Dantley with 2 foul shots here in this quarter. Completing a 3-point play there makes it a 13-point lead again by the Jazz. 86-73. Got inside Greenwood, lost the ball off his foot, picked up by Robertson. Goes into Jeff Wilkins. He's going to be fouled by Mark Eaton. Eaton with his 3rd personal foul. Jeff Wilkins to the line will shoot 2 free throws for San Antonio. Again, the ball got away from Greenwood underneath. It was picked up by Robertson as he shovels it down inside to Wilkins, and Wilkins trying to challenge inside on the big fella Mark Eaton. Eaton picks up the foul, and Wilkins at the line. He has not been good there from there tonight. 1 out of 4 so far as he bounces this one and stays, however. 14 out of 19 as a team by San Antonio, 14 of 16 by the Jazz. As Wilkins gets his 4th point, looks for number 5. He'll miss that. Rebound, Hansen and Eaton both go for it, almost knock each other away from it. Eaton prevails, 290 pounds. I'd get out of his way. Into the forecourt, Green beyond the 3-point line. It's an 86-74 ball game. San Antonio hanging in there, down by 12 in the third. Green on the left side of Malone. He'll drive it, and that's it. 8 points by Malone, 88-74. San Antonio down by 14 now. There's the biggest lead by the Jazz. Full courting the ball, Matthews to Robertson. Mitchell posted up inside of Malone. They go cross-court to Wilkins to Matthews. Back to Mitchell. Off the baseline, trying to drive by Malone. Malone knocks it away. Mitchell and Malone both go down for it, out of bounds. As Malone tries to beat the air out of the basketball. Thought he had a steal made. That's called that rookie enthusiasm, to say the least. 12 seconds left on the shot clock as Mitchell looks for the inbound. Looking, has the alley-oop over the top, inside to Wilkins. Wilkins to Robertson. Robertson looks for Mitchell, but can't get it there. Goes instead to Matthews with 6 on the shot clock. Out to Wilkins. He puts the ball on the floor. Coming up for a steal is Dantley, but he's out of bounds. San Antonio has the ball on the end line. They'll reset the shot clock down to 5 as Jeff Lamp comes in, and David Greenwood with 4 personal fouls has to sit down for a moment. San Antonio is thus forced to move Mitchell out as a power forward against Malone. That's the way they're matched up on the other end anyway. And Lamp will play the small forward and will guard Danley. Inbound comes to Robertson. Robertson with only 4 on the shot clock. Let's fly with a jumper. It's no good. Matthews out. Knocked out of his hands. Last touch by the Jazz. It's out of bounds, Spurs. Shot clock only 22. Game clock at 6:53. In the third quarter, we've already had a mandatory timeout and a 20 here by the Spurs in the period, trying to hold off the Jazz. Lamp comes into Matthews. Matthews holds it on the outside, now dribbles out towards the top of the key. Green is right there with him at the three-point line left side. Looking down inside to Mitchell. He is banged and fouled by Malone. And Malone with his third personal foul. The Utah Jazz with their 14th foul of the quarter. The Spurs will have the ball out of bounds on the side. So Lamp with the inbound comes to Matthews. San Antonio, if they could just get some driving motion down inside, get a little more pressure here on Eaton. Eaton had a partial block as Mitchell's shot wouldn't go down, and rebound comes out of there. Utah Jazz ahead. Green may drive all the way, does, puts it up, scores. Baseline to baseline by Green makes it 90 to 74, a 16-point lead as Mitchell drives. He'll be fouled by Eaton, and that's exactly what the Spurs have got to do. They're down a bunch here. Eaton does not get the foul. Instead, they give it off on Hanson, his fourth. And Mitchell will go to the line. We're going to shoot a couple of free throws for San Antonio. Also into the ball game for the first time comes Ray Williams, checking out his Wes Matthews. And Kerry Scurry will check back into the ball game, and he'll be joining that backcourt. That will include Green and Scurry. Front line still is Eaton, Malone, and Danley. Going out there with a well-deserved round of applause was Bob Hanson there. Mitchell's foul shot is good. Mitch was 7 in the quarter, 29 for the game. If he gets this next foul shot, this will be the 4th consecutive night he will score 30 points or more by Mitchell. Foul shot is up, he got it. So 30 points by Mitchell in the ball game so far. San Antonio down by 14, 90 to 76. Green, baseline left to Scurry, guarded there by Robertson. Pops it down inside to Danley. Danley in traffic, puts it in strong. Danley scored 33 points tonight, and it's 92 to 76 Utah. 6:07 left to play in the third as Lamp works three-point line left side. Robertson cut through, couldn't get it to him. Instead goes Williams. Williams down the center lane, drops it off to Wilkins. Ball is batted high in the air. Wilkins out jumps Green for it, feeds it down the lane to Robertson. Robertson has it blocked away by Eaton. He comes off inside to Scurry. Ahead to Green. Bounce pass. Dantley driving layup good. 7th block of the night by Mark Eaton, and the San Antonio Spurs are forced into another timeout with a 94-76 Utah Jazz lead, and the crowd's on their feet here at the Salt Colors. So as Dantley mounts the total, he's got 35 for the night. The Spurs are forced into a timeout with the Jazz leading 94-76. Our simulcast from Salt Lake will continue in just a minute. You're going to put it up, you just want me to give it? Okay, it's going to be what, bottom third? Okay.
Our scorecard winner is brought to you tonight by Morris Trouble. Our drive winner tonight is Tyler Kenny.
Well, as Cotton Fitzsimmons talks to his San Antonio Spurs, down right now 94-76 in this ball game. A final score from Dallas. The Dallas Mavericks with 35 from McGuire, 34 from Blackman. They defeat Portland tonight with a score of 129-118. By the way, Drexler got 41 in that ball game with the loss by Dallas. And if Utah should go on and win their game tonight, they'll move from 6th to 5th in the Western Conference playoff picture. And thus, if the playoffs would start, would go to Dallas and open against the Dallas Mavericks. But I have a feeling the way this Utah ball club is coming on again and the way Dallas are fighting it out, that neither one of those clubs are going to finish in 4th or 5th. They may be even higher. The Utah Jazz, as a matter of fact, as the Boston Celtics did last night, are shooting the lights out. Are there any lights out up there? No, it's 70% here tonight for the Utah Jazz, 51 for the Spurs. Williams brings it full court for the San Antonio Spurs. At the top of the key to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to drive on Malone, and Malone will grab and foul, and that's a number 4 on him. Now he protests to Tommy Nunez, but it's going to fall on deaf ears, and now a technical foul will be called on Malone. So Malone gets a technical foul as he continues to harp on the call with Tommy Nunez. He'll go to the bench with 4 fouls as he's checked in by Bailey, and at the line for a free throw is Mike Mitchell with 30 points tonight. By the way, St. John's has outlasted Montana State in the NCAAs tonight, 84-74. Shot is up by Mitchell and good. Mitchell with 31. San Antonio trailing in this ball game by as many as 18 a moment ago before that foul shot. 5.5 left to go. 18th sellout of the campaign here by the Utah Jazz with 12,219. 18th sellout of the year. Nicely done, Utah. Shot by Mitchell, bounces and stays. Talking to Bill Howard there at halftime, he's seen a kind of up and down in pro basketball here in the Salt Lake City, Utah. Said he thought it was gone with the Stars left, but boy, it's back and flourishing again. Shot is up by Mitchell, he makes them both. So Mitchell with the last 3 points for San Antonio. Spurs are trying to cut the lead down at 94-79. Outside Green. Green looking for somebody to go in the left-hand corner. Finally gets it down to Eaton on Wilkins. He throws it cross court, goes to Scurry. Scurry up for an 18-footer, but fakes it, gives it off to Green. Now a 3-second violation is called on the Utah Jazz.
3-second violation.
So the Jazz turn the basketball over. The San Antonio Spurs will get it back. That's the 11th turnover tonight on Utah. San Antonio has been whistled for a total of 9. Outside of the ball, Williams. Williams takes it to the foul line, right straight away against Green. In the right-hand corner to Lamb. He drives across the lane, poked away, he saves it. Eaton with another block. That's number 8 tonight. A poke away by Green down the other end of the floor. Dantley driving away at Dantley with 10 in the quarter, 37 for the game now, and it's 96-79. San Antonio down by 17. 4:51 left to go in another bad third quarter for the Spurs. Outside Williams, right side Mitchell, guarded by Thurl Bailey now. He takes it into traffic, off to Wilkins, puts the shot up, it's no good. Wilkins pokes it out of there, Mitchell will chase it down for the Spurs. Mitchell back to the baseline, dumps it back inside to Wilkins. Wilkins powers inside and is brought for the travel. San Antonio now with their 10th turnover of the basketball game, and the Jazz will get the ball back again. 17-point lead, they've led by as many as 18. Green got the ball in the backcourt, went near the bench to try to get a call from Frank Layden. And did. Alley-oop to Scurry. And Green and Scurry puts it down with an alley-oop. 98-79. A 19-point lead by the Jazz. Williams with 4:14 to play. Drives inside. He'll be fouled by Green before he can dump a pass off. Green draws a personal foul, and that'll be over the limit for Utah. Williams will shoot free throws for San Antonio. So a beautiful alley-oop pass by Green and Scurry. They set that up nicely. Robertson felt it coming, but didn't get there in time, and Scurry just puts it down with the one hand. Back to live action. Williams with a couple of foul shots. First one's good. Williams with his first point of the night for San Antonio, but it's 98-80. San Antonio down by 18 points in the game. Williams with another free throw. This one is also good. So a couple of points by Ray Williams. John Stockton, by the way, has checked in for Green and runs the attack for Utah as they bring it ahead. On the left side, Scurry. Also into the ball game for Robertson is Hughes. Right side, Bailey dumps it down inside to Eaton. Shoots over Britton. Rebound comes off to Jeff Lamp. Britton is checked in for Wilkins as Lamp brings it ahead for the Spurs. Beyond the three-point line, just steps inside to Williams. Williams fakes a pass cross court, now drives down inside. Stockton puts the shot up, it's good, and he's fouled. So Ray Williams, who got 10 quick points against the Boston Celtics last night in the fourth quarter, drives in, and Stockton draws a foul. Third on John Stockton, and Williams will go to the line shooting a free throw to try to complete a three-point play.
Williams at the line, shooting one shot.
98-83. No lead is sacred in the NBA. Trust me, folks. The Utah Jazz led by 19, but those things can go as quickly as they got up there. And a foul shot here by Williams cuts it down at least to a 14-point bulge at 98-84. Rick Hughes with his fourth point of the ball game, and the Spurs now with 9 unanswered points, make it 89-98 as Stockton calls a timeout at midcourt. We'll hold on right here in the third quarter with 3:04 left to play, and the Utah Jazz free throws, but that's just about it, and he's at 9 right now, and he's looking for number 10 and 11 at the free throw lane tonight. Shot is up and good. Check a box score here because it was 98-89 when the timeout was called. At least that's what the scoreboard read. They took a point away, and now Mitchell has added it back up there again to make it 89. 102-89. Next shot is up by Mitch. First miss of the night as the rebound comes off to Utah. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Back the other way, drives into contact. Off the draw, do that. 104-91, San Antonio trailing in the ball game. Hughes fed that ball over and back in the backcourt. We got away. We dodged a bullet there. Williams with a lackadaisical pass intended for Mitchell. Knockdown stolen. Stockton makes a good save of it in the backcourt. Goes to Scurry. Has the ball knocked out of his hands, and he's going to be fouled. Scurry will be fouled by Williams, his second personal foul, and he'll go to the foul line shooting a pair here for the Utah Jazz. As Fred Roberts, the little used BYU athlete, has played with the Spurs before coming over in a trade with Utah. As again, John Stockton saved a big play for Utah, and Scurry again fouled by Ray Williams will shoot a couple of foul shots. But Roberts is in there to join the front line of Eaton and Bailey. Scurry's foul shot good. He's got a total of 8 tonight. 105-91. San Antonio trailing the Jazz here in the third. Next shot by Scurry, no good. Britton off for the rebound. Out to Williams. So San Antonio trailing in the ball game by 14 on the baseline right side lamp. Outside it goes to Hughes. Ball is knocked down. Scurry saves it on the sideline. He'll lose control of the basketball. Now trying to fight to get it. And Britton goes after it. He'll be called for a foul. And let's see, there's going to be a foul call, and it's going to be called on Mike Britton. So as Scurry tried to block Britton away from the ball, Britton trying to go after it. And as we look at a replay, let's watch it closely here. Now, Scurry mishandled the ball. He could not pick it up, or it would be double dribble. But now watch as Britton goes after it, and Scurry just cuts him off and tries to back into it. Britton trying to go for the ball. If anything, going to call out a double foul. Here's Britton going after the ball, and again, Scurry trying to protect it, draws the foul on Britton. Second foul on Britton. Cotton Fitzsimmons is asking for a technical foul, and I think he's going to get his wish. Here it comes. Boom, there it is. Technical foul called on Cotton Fitzsimmons, and Ronnie Nunn has been given an earful by Cotton. And at the line is John Stockton to shoot a free throw here for Utah. You know, with all of this kibitzing going on the floor, I want to be very honest with you. 106-91. This ball game is not over. There's still a full quarter to go with a minute left to play in the third. And San Antonio is still very much within striking distance. But they've got to play some good, tough defense. Certainly Adrian Dantley is killing them with 39 already tonight. But they've got to play some good, tough defense down the stretch, and they can get back in this ball game. As Scurry misses a free throw, Mitchell off for the rebound for San Antonio. 106-91, and now we've got what call? Tommy Nunez now rips the ball away from Ray Williams. They'll take it at midcourt. And that's only the first of 2 foul shots, so Scurry has one more shot coming. Ray Williams, who is protesting the call, but he had one more shot coming here. So Scurry. Oh, my. This is going to be a fun finish to this one tonight, folks. At the line, Scurry will have one more shot coming. He had been awarded only one foul shot. Now Mitchell wants to make sure everything is ready here. And at the line, Scurry will shoot one more free throw. It's up, and this one is also no good as Mitchell knocks it down. Hughes saves it back in, but right to Bailey. Bailey on the baseline to Scurry. Scurry dumps it to Bailey. Poked away. Scurry saves it again. Outside, Hughes going for a loose ball. Is going to get a rather ticky-tacky foul as he tried to get the loose ball outside. Wow. Didn't make that much contact, Tommy. Sorry about that. 44 seconds to go in the quarter. That was not much of a foul. Scurry will shoot 2 foul shots. Dantley's been mugged a couple of times, and they haven't called a foul, and then they call this little ticky-tacky out here. I don't buy that too well. Scurry at the line to shoot 2 here. First one's up, and he got this one this time. So it's 107-91. The Spurs, who came out and outscored the Utah Jazz 9-0. Now watch the Jazz outscore them 8-0 as the second foul shot is also missed, and Mitchell can't corral the rebound again. He goes out of bounds, and the San Antonio Spurs trailing 107-91, and a fresh 24 by the Jazz with 42 seconds to go in the third quarter of tonight's game. It has slowed down to a snail's pace here tonight. We're not going to be out of this building until about 10:20 or so after our wrap-up show tonight. Salt Lake time as inbounded pass will come to Stockton. Into Roberts, excuse me. Down inside, and we've got a whistle and a push from behind on Mike Britton. So at the line, it'll be Eaton to shoot a couple of free throws here for the Utah Jazz. Again, both the big fellas just trying to stand their ground down inside. Britton obviously leaning on Eaton, but if Britton had just left, Eaton would have fallen flat on his can. Leaning so hard back on Britton as Eaton, the left-hander, gets ready to shoot. Eaton may be the tallest auto mechanic in the world. That's where they found him before going on to junior college and on into UCLA. He was over in the Phoenix area. Just simply out of high school, wanted to work on cars. They talked him into playing basketball, and here he is making a fortune with the Utah Jazz, and he makes both foul shots. Now they rub it out. So rub out the foul shot by Eaton as he steps over the line. A lane violation on the Utah Jazz, and it's 108-91. Into the forecourt comes Ray Williams. He's checked there by Stockton. 19 on the shot clock, 35 on the game clock. Williams drives inside off to Mitchell. Mitchell drives to the center lane. He puts a shot up, but I believe he's bumped by Thurl Bailey before he gets there. No, it's an illegal defense on Eaton. Now that's a technical call on the Utah Jazz, and the Spurs will shoot a free throw as Ray Williams will toe up the stripe for San Antonio. Williams so far tonight has a total of 7 points, has 8 as he drops in the second. The foul shot here on a technical. Breaks a little drought for the Spurs as they've been outscored. Again, it was 6-0 by the Jazz. 108-91, make it 92. And the Spurs with 31 seconds left to go in the world's longest third quarter of pro basketball. Outside Williams at the top of the key. Looking down inside, now makes a drive on Stockton. Pulls up at the foul line, now he's in trouble. Off the lamp with 15 in the shot clock. Right side to Hughes. Gets around Thurl Bailey. Jumper up from 20, no good. They fight for the rebound. It's Mitchell. Mitchell has it knocked down, stolen by Stockton. He's fouled by Lamp. Lamp knew there was a breakaway going the other way, and Mike Britton was the only man down there. And he pulls up a foul, and they'll go to the line with John Stockton shooting a couple of free throws here again for the Utah Jazz. "32 foul shots will have been taken in this third quarter as Stockton misses a free throw. I ran out of toes and fingers. I had to count here on my calculator. Shot is up and good by Stockton and good. 109-92. San Antonio trailing with 10 seconds to play in the third. Roberts will mug Williams, and guess what? 2 more foul shots coming in this quarter. Williams, who is 6 for 6 at the foul line, will shoot 2 more. 8 seconds left to play. Again, Roberts tried to cut him off on the baseline, but Williams just kind of ran around him, and Roberts used a knee to try to prevent the progress. Williams at the line to shoot 2. Robertson will check in on the first shot here by Williams. On its way, bounces and stays. So quietly, Ray Williams has come off the bench with a total of 2, 4, 6, 7, 9 points in the quarter. As Hughes comes in, and Mike Mitchell will go out of there. Mitchell, 12 points in the quarter, 34 for the ball game tonight, and Williams another the free throw. It's also good. So San Antonio trails 109-94. 7 seconds. Here comes Stockton. Back the other way. Driving layup, no good. Hughes with a rebound. Loose ball foul, and then they call that on Roberts, I think. It is. It's on Roberts. And here we go to the other end of the floor again. You know, when they do this, they ought to play Follow the Yellow Brick Road, a little song or something, you know, to just kind of give us a little entertainment here. 3 seconds left to play in the quarter. San Antonio's Ray Williams will shoot 2 more. I'd be interested to know how long this quarter really lasted as we're approaching the 9:30 mark here in Salt Lake. We did start right around 9 o'clock. It's been a 30-minute quarter. Shot is up by Williams. He misses for the first time. 109-94, San Antonio. Again, I keep emphasizing with still another quarter to go, this ball game's not over. Jazz have really not done much to really keep control of it here in the quarter. Williams with the free throw, it's good. Inbound with 2 seconds. Stockton lets fly with a one-handed heave. Out. It misses everything, and that's the end of 3. So mercifully, the third quarter has finally come to an end, and we may get back to some realization of basketball in the fourth quarter. Utah Jazz will end the period leading 109-95. There is still room for the Spurs to catch up and win here tonight at Salt Lake, so don't go away. Utah Jazz command the ball game after 3. We'll be back in a moment.
They each spin the wheel. They shoot for the prize with the wheel stop. Then we'll shoot to the top of the key, and the ladies on the free throw line. Every contestant who hits a shot not only wins the prize, but the return is the length because it's a spin-in-win final. Someone that night drives home a brand new car, comes with a very deep color, delicious. Groups of dealership that is.
Is that right? Oh, it's a long one. That had to be almost 30 minutes for a quarter. 39 points. Bad guys. White. 62. 30.
$50 short.
As a two-pointer? Okay. Thanks.
And getting the choice by Chrysler. Williams Miller.
Welcome back to the Salt Palace here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Cotton Fitzsimmons and the San Antonio Spurs playing without Artis Gilmore and Steve Johnson tonight, trying to get themselves back in the game. And right now, with a 109-95 ball game hanging in the wings, with the Utah Jazz with the lead, we'll go to the final 12 minutes. Scoring unofficially for San Antonio through 3 periods of play, we've got Mike Mitchell down for a total of 34 points tonight. Next behind him with a dozen is David Greenwood, but we have 3 other players in double figures. There are 10 with Matthews, 10 points by Robertson, and 11 by Williams coming off the bench, hitting 9 out of 10 foul shots and a field goal in the third quarter. For the Utah Jazz, that man Adrian Dantley, boy, he may have heard that Wilkins scored 42 tonight. He's going for it. He's got 39 through 3. 19 points tonight by Bobby Hansen as their second leading scorer, and Green has 17. That's it in double figures. Scurry's got 9, the closest man to double figures for the Utah Jazz. The San Antonio Spurs, again, their biggest lead in the ball game was 9. Utah Jazz, 19. That's the biggest lead they had in the ball game, and again, they go to the quarter leading on a score of 109-95 here tonight at the Salt Palace. We were tied for the last time at 58. Since that time, the Jazz have controlled this game. San Antonio will start with Williams and Hughes and Robertson on the inbounds with Lamp and Greenwood. The Utah Jazz will counter with Stockton, Dantley, Scurry, Bailey, and Mark Ivoroni back in there for the Jazz. This is the fourth quarter, the final 12 minutes. San Antonio down by 14 points as we go to this quarter. Down by as many as 19. Lamp into the forecourt. On the left side, Stockton went for a steal but missed. Back out to Williams, three-point line straight away. Looking down underneath, trying to get some cutters. Takes it on the left-hand side against Stockton. Stops, jump, shoots, and scores. Ray Williams with his 13th point of the ball game. San Antonio now forces the Utah Jazz into a turnover in the backcourt. And John Stockton is called for the turnover, and the San Antonio Spurs will get it back again. Spurs cutting the lead a little bit more, down to 12. Can it be down to 10? Here we go. Williams down the center lane on Stockton. Stockton goes for a steal and makes a foul. Williams picking up the dribble. I don't think they'll call him, however, on a shot, and the ball will come out of bounds as Stockton draws his fourth. So the San Antonio Spurs will have the ball out of bounds on the side as Lamp will trigger. They come into Hughes beyond the three-point line, hands off to Williams. By the way, Stockton's been replaced by Green now. Lamp down inside of Hughes. Hughes over Dantley off the baseline. 16, good. Ricky Hughes with his fourth point of the basketball game, making his 6th point. Makes it a 10-point game at 109-99. San Antonio within 10. They trail by 19 in that third quarter. Outside of the basketball. Comes over to Green, down inside of Dantley. Dantley inside of Hughes. Throws the hook. It's blocked away by Williams. Out to Hughes on the rebound. Hughes on the run into the forecourt. Picked up by Ivoroni. Goes to Robertson. Down inside of Hughes. Hughes turns around. Knocked away. Dantley picked up Green. Here comes Green. Back to Dantley. Driving layup by Dantley. It's up good, and he's fouled by Robertson. 41 points by Adrian Dantley, who will also go to the foul line and shoot free throws for the Utah Jazz. Dantley again getting a 4th personal foul as Dantley knocked the ball away on the other end. Maybe it's apropos that he gets the layup as Green. Boy, is that guy quick when he speeds that replay up. And Dantley lays it in for a basket. Woo! Olympic sprinter all the way. We've played only about a minute here in this fourth quarter as Dantley gets ready for his 42nd point. If it goes, it does not. Rebound knocked out by Greenwood, but apparently the Spurs over the lane, and he'll have another try at it here. No, they say that Utah's in the lane. Loose ball foul is called on him on Mark Ivoroni, so Ivoroni gets his 2nd. And the San Antonio Spurs get the ball over as the missed foul shot hops out of there. So it's 111-99. San Antonio trailing as they work here in the fourth quarter. Hughes off the left side, 20-footer, boom! Hughes hits it off the wing for his 8th point. San Antonio within 10 again. Utah in the backcourt getting a little pressure from Robertson. Green brings it ahead and is met near midcourt by Robertson, who picks him up at the three-point line. Outside of the ball, Green. To the top of the key to Bailey. Looking down inside of Scurry to Green. Down to Scurry on the baseline. Back out to Green. 9 on the shot clock. Try to feed it inside. Knockdown stolen by Robertson. Robertson back the other way. Green rolls him off the ball and gets a personal foul. That's his second. So the San Antonio Spurs will have the ball out of bounds again. Utah Jazz, by the way, were 7 out of 13 at the foul line in that quarter. San Antonio 17 out of 21 in that quarter alone at the foul line. Oh, my. That's the reason it's long. Inbound Williams to Lamb. Out of the key jumper, no good. Dantley knocks down the rebound, comes out of there after colliding with Thurl Bailey. Gets it over to Green. Green on the run into full court. Drives all the way up the baseline. Stops, jumps, shoots, scores. And we've also got a loose ball foul inside on the rebound, and they may call that on Ivoroni again. So Green's basket will count. And a loose ball foul called on Mark Ivoroni, his third of the night. So score the basket by Green makes it 113 to 101. Third team foul called on the Utah Jazz. San Antonio has one so far. As the Spurs will bring the ball back into the full court. Williams trying to get down inside on Green. Double dips, puts it up and scores. 15 points by Ray Williams, and the Spurs stay within striking distance. They're down by 10. Into the full court across the timeline. Scurry met there by Williams. They turn it over again. I'm really surprised that Frank Layden, with the way the things might be going right now, has not called a timeout. But he has not elected to do so. As into the full court comes Williams. Spurs have a chance to cut it under 10. Williams will put it in, and he's fouled, and they'll do so. So Ray Williams will put the ball down for the 17th point. Goes to the line trying to complete a three-point play as Eaton gets ready to come into the ball game, and the Spurs are within 8 at 113 to 105. Again, Mark Eaton, it comes in to police the middle. 8 block shots tonight by Mark Eaton. Williams at the line. He is 9 out of 10 at the foul line tonight so far. Foul shot is up. Got it. He's got 7 points in the quarter, 18 for the game, and the Spurs are within 7. I told you it was not over yet. 9:45 to play. San Antonio trying to play some shutout defense. Inside Dantley against Hughes. Wiley back outside against Green. Green drives inside on Lamp into the corner to Thurl Bailey. Bailey drives outside with 9 on the shot clock, and now we've got a whistle and Hughes on his back. Personal foul. Hughes is his third on Dantley's back. Ball out of bounds on the second team foul on the Spurs. That kind of hurt because the shot clock was running down to 5 when Hughes went over his back. Dantley with the inbound. Into Thurl Bailey. Utah Jazz with a lead by 7. They've led by 19, though. On the left side, Thurl Bailey. Now he'll shoot it up over Lamp from 20. So Thurl Bailey, who has not scored much tonight, gets a big basket there as he puts a jumper down. With 9:20 to play, underneath Williams to Lamp, puts it in over Bailey and scores. Lamp with 10 points. San Antonio, 115-108, they trail. But staying in it with 9:10 left to go. Into the full court Green. Checked outside by Robertson. Over a pick by Eaton at the top of the key. Beats Thurl Bailey. Trying to get it down inside. The ball is going to be kicked by the Spurs' Jeff Lamp. Reset the 24-second clock. And out of bounds to the Jazz. Final, Syracuse has defeated Brown 101-52. Oh, my, 101-52. Syracuse with a win at NCAA. Into play here, Green on the left side. Jumper no good. Eaton off for the rebound, and Robertson goes up. We've got a jump ball. So Robertson getting a jump ball on Mark Eaton. And they'll jump at 7-4 against 6-4 at the Utah foul line. You'll see a lot of arm by Alvin Robertson here. Spurs definitely got away with a gift here at Salt Lake. Eaton, who had Robertson doing chins on his arm, will go to the jump circle, and Eaton gets it quickly over to Dantley. They got a fresh 24 as they back out of there, leading 115-108. Dantley tries to add points to it and does. Dantley with his 43rd point of the night. Inbound, San Antonio to Robertson. 117-108. San Antonio down by 9. Here's a pass by Robertson, trying to force it to Hughes. Knockdown stolen, and Green brings it back the other way. Green all the way, dishes it to Scurry. Scurry in traffic, scores. San Antonio may call a timeout, they do. So the San Antonio Spurs, who cut a 19-point lead down to 7 at 115-108, and boom, boom, 2 back-to-back baskets by the Jazz, and they've got it back up to a 119-108 lead. This is the fourth quarter with 8:29 to go. We'll return to Salt Lake in a moment. In the NBA, Denver has already defeated Washington. Boston has turned back Atlanta, and Philadelphia stopped Cleveland in the other games in the NBA. Another NCAA final score. Kentucky, the Wildcats of Coach Eddie Sutton, defeated Davidson tonight 75-55. And at the half, Arkansas is leading. This is Arkansas at Little Rock, 40-39, leading Notre Dame. Into the forecourt, Williams for San Antonio, driving down the center lane, puts it up and scores again. 9 points in the quarter, 20 for the game by Williams. And the San Antonio Spurs are staying within striking distance. They're down by 9. Outside of the ball, it is Scurry. Drops it off to Eaton. Eaton fakes a pass inside, goes to Danley. Danley with a season high of 43, make it 45. His old season high was 41. And he's run by that in a hurry with 45 tonight. 121-110. San Antonio down by 11 again. Into the forecourt, Williams got a screen by Greenwood. Takes it right side to Lamp. They clear out. Lamp tries to work one-on-one on Bailey. Goes cross court to Hughes. Hughes against Danley. Takes him down inside. They poke it away and a whistle and a foul. Could be on Scurry here. No, it's on Danley. Danley's going to draw his second. Utah Jazz are already over the limit, so Rick Hughes will go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws for the San Antonio Spurs. 121-110, 7:44 to play. Rick Hughes, who has a total of 8 points in the ball game tonight. Keep in mind tonight, 33 points by English, 42 points by Dominique Wilkins, and now 45 by Danley, as those three continue to battle for the leadership in the NBA scoring chase. Hughes, who misses the first foul shot, sets at the line, takes a little extra time. He'll put another one up there. It's on its way, and he misses both of them. Rebound comes off to Eaton. So 2 missed foul shots by Hughes, and San Antonio draws a blank, and they're still down by 11. 7:35 up to play here in the fourth. Green down inside to Danley. Danley with a turnaround. He has 45, misses there. Rebound Green. Greenwood, comes out to Williams. Williams into the full court for San Antonio. He's got 20. Backing down on Green. Goes off the baseline. Following jumpers up around and no good. Rebound comes off to Eaton. Eaton out to Green. Ricky's running it ahead for Utah. On the left-hand side, attacked and fouled by Williams. Third foul of the night called on Ray Williams. 7:13 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Third team foul on the Spurs. Out of bounds to Utah on the side. Inbounded pass comes Danley. Danley cross court, goes to Green. Back to Danley at the top of the key, trying to drive over Mitchell. He does and draws a foul, and that's 3. So Danley with a turnover. Unofficially 15 turnovers now. And Mitchell gets up. He bumped that left knee again and limps very badly into the fourth court. Mitchell is kind of put together with Johnson and Johnson tape anyway. Playing hurt all over his body, and again he limps into the forecourt after getting knocked down by Danley. Well, it's an 11-point game with 7:08 left to play. You know, in bowling, when you miss a couple of spares or strikes and you have a couple open frames, you put a fence there. Well, right now, with 7 minutes to play is the time the Spurs have got to put a fence on this thing. They've got to play defense and get some points on every trip up. Williams down inside on Stockton. Fall-away jumper, good. Oh, what a quarter Williams has had. What a half he's had. 22 points by Ray Williams in the game. That runs by his season high of 20 he had with Atlanta earlier in the year. Outside with the ball, down inside they go to Danley. He can't afford to do that, as Danley just keeps scoring on the cold. 47 by Danley. 123 to 112. San Antonio trailing by 11 again. Williams on the right side against Curry. He'll take him inside, hooks it up, it won't go. Rebound Danley. Danley on the dribble in the forecourt. Takes it right side. Williams knocks it away and out of bounds. San Antonio on defense with 6:25 left to play in the ball game. An 11-point Utah lead. Again, with Portland already losing tonight to Dallas, the Utah Jazz with a win here could move to number 5 in the Western Conference playoff picture. And they're hungry for a victory after losing 2 in a row. Losing most recently on Wednesday night to Golden State here, 118-111. San Antonio's lost 3 back-to-back, including last night to Boston. Outside Green, down inside to Danley. Danley on the baseline, triple team. Outside it comes to Green. Back to Danley. Danley sets for a 3. It's on its way, no. Rebound down the lane. Bailey, and that's a big basket for the Utah Jazz. Bailey puts it down to make it 125 to 112 on the follow-up rebound. Down in the right-hand corner, Mitchell. Down underneath the Lamp. Lamp fakes once, twice, 3 times. Goes up, it's still blocked away. Eaton comes away with a loose ball. I'm not sure it was Eaton, Bailey, or Danley got the block, but they did get it. Bailey down the other way, throws it up and scores. San Antonio now trails 127 to 112, and they have to call another timeout. So the Utah Jazz have exploded for 6 quick baskets here. 6 points, 2 baskets by Bailey, and now lead by 15 again, 127 to 112. We have 5:44 left to play from Salt Lake. We'll return after this 1-minute break. First to exchange any of the tickets that you have not used earlier in the season. Well, San Antonio will have the ball in the backcourt as a total of 8 block shots tonight by the big man on the inside. No, make that 9, excuse me. He's got 6 on one side, 3 on the other. Mitchell back the other way. Bailey will get a partial block of it. The rebound comes off to Scurry. Again, 9 block shots by Eaton has really been one of the keys tonight. Cross-court Bailey on the baseline. He's come alive offensively, misses there. Scurry with a tap up, they're going to count it. Scurry gets his 13th point of the night, and it's 129 to 112. San Antonio down by 17. Well, they had it down to 7 at one time. Outside is Lamp. Lamp's going to be called for traveling with the ball as he had it poked away before he could get possession of the ball. He's called for a travel. San Antonio back on defense as Stockton gets it in a hurry. 5:06 left to play here in the 4th and final quarter tonight from Salt Lake. Down inside, offensive foul. Adrian Dantley pushing off on Mitchell. And Dantley gets his 4th personal foul. Dantley again with 47 points tonight for a new season high. And Greenwood will inbound the basketball. Greenwood comes into Williams. Hughes and Sunvole have also checked in for the Spurs. Williams on the right side, got a bump there, goes to Hughes, top of the key, jumper over Eaton, no. Rebound comes on the left-hand side to Stockton. Stockton pushes it on the run for Salt Lake up the right side of the floor. 3-point line to Bailey. Down inside, try to force it to Dantley. Poked out of there to Stockton with 15 on the shot clock. He holds it for Utah. Down inside to Dantley. Dantley whirling for the hoop. He scores and he's fouled. No, they call an offensive foul. And now Ronnie Nunn and Tommy Nunez are probably going to have to conference because Ronnie Nunn says, wait a minute. Tommy Nunez is going to call a travel on Dantley as they rub it out. So Dantley, before he ever drew the contact, Nunez says that he traveled before he got there. And it may have been very close. Dantley checks out and Malone will check in for him as San Antonio brings the ball back into the forecourt. At the top of the key with the ball, Williams. Williams slides right, goes to Hughes. To Sunvole on the left side against Stockton. Down inside to Mitchell. Mitchell over Bailey. Air ball, no good. Greenwood and Malone go for it. Malone rips off the rebound, and Greenwood gets a personal foul, and that's 5. San Antonio's 14th foul of the quarter, so no shots to Utah yet. San Antonio's Mike Britton checks in, and David Greenwood will check out of the ball game for San Antonio. Again, a 17-point lead by the Jazz. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to play here in the 4th quarter. Down inside, Thurl Bailey trying to get loose from Hughes. Hughes will hold and foul. That's 5 team fouls on the Spurs, and the ball will be at the foul line, and Bailey will shoot 1 in the penalty. Thurl Bailey has come on alive here in this 4th quarter. He's got 10 points, including 6 in this quarter. And will have a couple of free throws his first time at the line. 35 minutes, got 26 points and 11 rebounds in a losing cause against Golden State the other night. He was second leading scorer in that ball game to Dantley with 30. And with 4:11 left to play, he looks for his 11th point of the game, and he's got it with a free throw. 130 to 112, 9 unanswered points by the Jazz in this stretch. As he has one more free throw coming. Bailey out of North Carolina State makes them both. 131 to 112. Long down-court pass knocked out of bounds by Scurry. Stops the clock with 4:09 to go. San Antonio will again have it out of bounds as Lamp will trigger. Lamp comes out, gets to Britton at midcourt, gets it over to Williams. Williams tries to take it over on the left-hand side. Britton is taken completely out of the play, out at midcourt. They've got Eaton perched precariously right at the foul line. He can't step inside. Here comes Williams down on Scurry. Little step-back jumper is no good. Knocked down by Bailey, picked up by Sunvole. Sunvole to Williams. Williams at the foul line, takes it into traffic over Eaton. The shot's no good. Stockton with the rebound. Stockton out on the run for Utah. Into the forecourt to Malone. Malone with a little flip pass into Scurry. Driving way up good. What a nice pass by Malone. Boy, he's got a quick release of that pass. Into the forecourt. San Antonio brings it ahead, trailing 133 to 112. Outside, a three-point goal by Sunvole. They'll give it to him. Sunvole with a three-point goal, and that breaks the scoring drop as San Antonio had outbeen scored 12 to nothing. Alley-oop intended for Malone. Stockton threw it too hard. It went off the rim, and now a loose ball foul is going to be called, and Malone going for the rebound. So Malone with 5 personal fouls will give the ball out of bounds to San Antonio. And they change the guards now as Pace Mannion comes into the ball game. Scurry will check out. San Antonio will shoot free throws on the other end. It'll be Rick Hughes to shoot a pair. So Mannion, Stockton, Malone, Ivoroni along with Bailey are in there right now. And Hughes will have one foul shot. He misses everything. So an air ball by Hughes. Cotton has been trying to get him to shoot his jump shot at the foul line, but he is staying with the regular traditional foul shot, and he's missed the rim entirely. Throws it up and misses again, and Ivoroni comes off for the rebound. 133 to 115, 3:15 left to play in the game tonight as Bailey takes it to the hoop and is fouled from behind. And Bailey also has his goggles knocked askew on the floor, and a personal foul will be called on Williams. Williams with his fourth personal foul, and Bailey will go back to the foul line and shoot a couple more free throws for the Utah Jazz. Well, it was quite a ball game with a 7-point bulge early in this fourth quarter, 115 to 108. Two quick unanswered baskets by the Utah Jazz made it a 119-108 game, and for all practical purposes, it was pretty well over. They went ahead and built up to the 133 to 112 lead, leading by 21 at that stage, which, by the way, was their biggest lead. And they have not looked back as Bailey puts a free throw up and misses. Bailey with 12 points in the ball game. Dantley with a great game with 47 tonight. 19 by Ricky Green and 19 by Bob Hansen. Got some good scoring out of those guards. Green had averaged 14 against the Spurs. Hansen a dozen. As Bailey's foul shot, this one's good. So it's 134 to 115. San Antonio down to the ball game by 19 as Williams holds it on the right side. Now cuts back to the left to Lamp. Lamp off the baseline. Drives around Ivoroni. Stop, jump, shoot, score. Lamp with 12. San Antonio 117, but they are 17 points down to the Jazz at 134. 2 minutes and 53 seconds left to play here in Salt Lake tonight. The Jazz will thus go up 3-2 in this series with the final game on the 29th of the month at San Antonio. Outside Stockton to the top of the key. Bounce pass to Mannion right side. Out inside gives it to Malone. Malone down the center lane against Ivoroni. He loses the ball. Led knocks it away. Picked up by Williams. To Hughes on the left side. Step out behind that three-point line and throw, but he doesn't. He tries to force it inside. Knockdown stolen by Malone. He takes it back the other way. Finger rolls it in. Malone with 10. 136-117. Let me alert our radio folks along the way, unless there is another timeout taken. We'll take a 2-minute break at the end of the ball game and give you the makeup spot inside the wrap-up. So a 2-minute break at the end of the game unless a timeout is taken. Sunbow down inside the Lamp. Lamp had it knocked away. Back out to Williams. In, down, and low to Britton. Back out to Lamp. Lamp with a three-point goal. It's on its way around. No good. Rebound Malone. Malone comes out of there, knocking Britton off his back. Wanted a foul. Doesn't get it. To Stockton ahead to Bailey. Bailey with a high dribble, and it's called for traveling. Minute 54 left to play. San Antonio with the ball out of bounds as Roberts checks in for Utah. And the ball will come out of bounds to the San Antonio Spurs again as Bailey goes out of there. And again, a fine 9-point quarter, 13 for the game. Outside on the right side, Sunbow. Sunbow looking down inside, goes to Britton. Britton with a turnaround on the baseline, good. Mike Britton with his first point of the night. 137 to 119. Excuse me, 136 to 119. San Antonio trailing the Jazz with a minute and a half left to play here from Salt Lake. We'll be in Seattle on Sunday afternoon. Tip-off time at 4:30 on the simulcast. Stockton behind an Ivoroni screen. The jumper's no good. Ivoroni off the rebound, takes it up. He won't score, but he's fouled. Personal foul, I believe, will be on Lamp. That will be number 4 on Jeff Lamp, and Ivoroni will shoot 2 free throws for the Utah Jazz.
Penalty situation. Mark Ivoroni is playing with 2.
Ivoroni got whacked across the face by Lamp as he took the ball down inside. Minute 26 to go. Ivoroni, former Spur, along with Jeff Cook. Cook with a cast off his arm now, working out with the Jazz. Probably could be back with him within a week or 10 days. Of course, the one thing to consider, there's no spot on the roster for him, so they've got to make room for the injured list of Jeff Cook right now. Shot is up by Ivoroni. It's on its way and makes them both. So Ivoroni puts both foul shots down. And it's 138 to 119. Utah Jazz, minute 20 to play. Into the quarter, Sunbow, guarded by Stockton. He turns around for the three-point goal. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Pace Mannion with the rebound. Comes ahead to Stockton, driving layup, yes. Stockton with his 8th point of the ball game, 140 to 119. After the 135 by the Boston Celtics, the highest against the Spurs this year, this is now the highest against the Spurs with 140 points, the highest of the year by Utah. Into the fourth quarter, the ball goes Stockton, driving layup by Ivoroni, and they just keep pouring it on. 142, 119. 57 seconds left to go. Sun Bowl on the left side. No three-point go. Cross court goes to Britton up underneath the Lamp. Lamp down the baseline. Lost control of the ball. Picks it up. Out inside to Britton. He saves it on the baseline. Can't get a shot. Feeds it underneath the Sun Bowl. In and out of his hands. Picked up Mannion. Here come the Jazz. Inside. Flips it to Malone. Out of his reach and out of play. 142, 119. Jazz with the lead and only 39 seconds left to go. Again, at the end of the play-by-play, we'll take a 2-minute break and we'll make up our final